What's going on, guys? Welcome to the AFC's Roundtable, Week 14 recap, Week 15 preview. I'm here with I'm sorry, I can't even. TD, bro, what's good, bro? I mean, you got your hoodie on. It's looking kind of dark, bro. Look like you ain't taken a shower in about a week. Look like you down and out. And Dan with the Dolphins hat. Is that a jinx thing going on here? What's going on with that, Dan?
Well, man, so in previous episodes with me and TD had a bet, and we said that whoever won the first matchup, the opposite host had to wear their team colors. But now, like, I think that this is just hysterical, right? Like, since the Dolphins started their, like, implosion, and then now you have me jinxing them, like, throughout this entire episode. I hate wearing this on my head, and I told you guys this, that I do want to make something out of this. So for anyone that's a Dolphins fan and you would like this hat, what we're going to do is we are going to pick a random super chatter tonight, and then you guys can have me write a custom message on this thing, like whatever you want, and then I will send it over to your house. So this is never touching my head again. And so it's either that or I'm wiping my ass with it. So, I mean, let's just go with that.
Hopefully wiping your eyes doesn't include getting a tattoo of that logo that you're wearing on that ass cheek.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I was salvaged from that Jets tattoo. So the last tattoo.
So close getting green on your ass, man.
We got well, as you can see, I am no longer in the basement, which it was a tough couple of weeks in the basement, but we do have somebody new in the basement this week. And it's Richie, who is not only in the basement, but also, as if we speak, the standings. The Jets are not in the playoffs right now, Richie. How are you feeling?
What a terrible weekend for the Jets. 2 weekends ago, we did lose, but we did get some help around the league for other teams losing. But this one was brutal. We lost. Everyone that we needed to lose won. So definitely a frustrating weekend for the New York Jets, and the Jets are currently out of the playoff spot. But we still control our own destiny, and I'm excited to see the rest of the season, and I'm excited for the show, man. I'm not as Debbie Downer as you might think. I'm really optimistic about this team showing out there and hopefully get a dub on Sunday.
And TD, man, you haven't said a word since the show started, bro. What's going on with the Dolphins? I mean, I was told last week that the Dolphins were going to bounce back, that all the two-and-nears were going to have the last laugh, and the late-season collapse that I predicted on Friday night, which was a great stream, by the way, Dolphins fans. I was told I was delusional. I didn't know what I was talking about, that I shouldn't be hosting a Friday night show, but if you look back at the show, everything I said that I predicted actually came to fruition. But TD, man, you still Super Bowl and two of this and two of that. How you feeling, TD, man? Talk to the audience.
They cheated.
They cheated.
Was the heaters not enough to keep the team warm with 55-degree weather?
No, they cheated. Tua was throwing dimes all night, but the defenders kept getting in front of the ball.
Man,
they wouldn't stay away.
All right.
Well, okay. Well, we'll talk about that later as TD tries to find himself, and we got some sponsors to get to. We got Mojo to get to. We got ups and downs, and we got to see where Tua's at. Let's go ahead and start with Tua. I think we should start with him because if you look at the red line, it kind of looks like a flat line, like he's flatlining. I don't know if he's still alive but that's not a good sign. TD, go ahead and tell us, should we reciprocate? You know what I'm saying? Should we try to, I don't know, like rejuvenate Tua right now because he's flatlining, or I don't know, bro. He's not looking too good right now on Mojo. Neither is Waddle.
Ladies and gentlemen, when your money is involved, I will put my money on Mac Jones before I put it on Tua at this point. I cannot believe what happened on freaking Sunday. Do not buy this stock in hopes that it will go up in the future. He will make you a very, 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 very poor man. Very poor man. If I were you, I would go look up Skylar Thompson's stock because the way Tua is playing, you might actually see Skylar before the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
So Do not invest your money into a Tagovailoa. We were all hopeful. I am no longer hopeful. He is who he is, and now I'm praying every day for miracle victories from this point on.
Why is Jalen?
The only game that we're probably expected to win is the one this weekend because we face an inferior opponent. That is it.
Oh my God, this was the wow, man. Like this, like is not even fun. But then I heard that little like quip, like right at the end. But I mean, let me tell you one thing. And so, if you guys needed heaters in Los Angeles at 54 degrees, I don't know what you guys are gonna need on Saturday night. Snow. Your offense relies on a vertical game. It's going to be completely out of the picture. We'll see.
Why is Josh Allen like he flatlined too? Josh Allen had that.
See, because that's all we need is Josh Allen to play. This
is what happens when you come against the New York Jets defense, even though you beat us. But
I've never seen
players got locked up. What's your thoughts, Dan?
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Listen, man, both of these stocks are about to absolutely skyrocket. The book is out on the Dolphins right now, baby. The book is out on the Dolphins. All you need to do is you just need to press the receivers and then just take away that first read against Tua. I'm entirely confident that that's going to happen. You're going to be playing our first-string defense for the first time.
Yeah, but Dan, what does that have to do with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs turning down on the market, though?
Has nothing to do.
So
with that.
Talk about that. Why are they turning down?
Both of these are about to skyrocket right now, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a gentleman by the name of Cole Beasley that just ended up coming back to the Buffalo Bills just 2 days ago.
Did that bum sign back with y'all?
Oh, baby, he's back, man. He is back.
I can't stand that little weasel.
Measly Beasley?
Josh Allen. So with Josh Allen only trusted two receivers in the face of the planet, and that was Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley being out, he's back. I guarantee you he's going to be having the majority of the snaps out of the slot on Saturday, and that was Josh Allen's go-to guy. We used to call it third and Cole, right? Third and long. That was the number one person that they ended up going for. That's going to skyrocket Josh Allen because he has a safety net back, and then Stephon Diggs, that's going to draw away some additional coverage from that man. I have no idea why Stephon Diggs went down. I mean, that man's an absolute hog.
Because he did nothing against Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. That's why.
Well, I mean, honestly,
this is based off the game Sunday. That's the only reason.
So, I mean, it's like really hard to do anything against, Sauce Gardner when he's getting away with pass interferences like more than I've seen any DB in the
Incorrect. Did not hold Diggs once, but nice try. Did not hold Diggs once.
And so, however, I do see both of these stocks going up with that addition of some more consistency out of the slot. So, especially in the snow on Saturday night, man. Both of these guys are going to have huge games on Saturday night. That's almost guaranteed.
All right, so the New York Jets, we're coming off an L, but the Jets are trending up on the Mojo stock market because of these two studs right here, the same guys that we've been featuring since Mike White became the starting quarterback. Mike White continues to rise. We all know what Mike White did against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, he got crunched, not once, but twice, came back in that game and tried to find a way to win in the fourth quarter, unfortunately coming short. It's a really cheap stock at $4.55, so it's only going to continue to rise as long as he continues to be the starting quarterback. I mean, 3 straight games, as the starter for the New York Jets, he's already at like just under 1,000 yards, but the next step for Mike White is getting the W's, and I'm hoping he can do that on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. He is limited with the rib injury. I mean, those hits he was taking from the Bills was just absolutely insane. I still don't understand how he came back and actually was able to play in the fourth quarter and still take more hits, because that hit that he took from Matt Milano was the cleanest hit that you can ever get that will take a quarterback out of the game. And that was just really cool to see Mike White come back out there out of the tunnel, because Joe Flacco never deserves to be on the field again. I'm happy that Zach Wilson's officially the backup because Joe Flacco was a big reason why we lost that game. But Garrett Wilson, listen, Tre'Davious White, I know that he's coming off, an ACL injury, and Trey White's, trying to come back, but the rookie Garrett Wilson took Trey White to school. He schooled him all day long. I know the Jets lost the game, but we're talking this about simply Mike White and Garrett Wilson's performance, and Garrett Wilson looks like a complete stud. They had no answers for him at 7 targets, 6 catches for over 70 yards. He's now officially the most receiving yards ever in Jets franchise history, 16th in the entire NFL in receiving yards, and that being with 3 different quarterbacks. If that doesn't tell you that Garrett Wilson's a stud, I do not know what else is. So definitely invest in these two players as soon as you can because they're continuing to rise. I mean, every single week they're in the green since Mike White came back and started for the New York Jets. So that's 3 straight weeks we got green to talk about with Garrett Wilson and Mike White. And now the last 4 games are against not that good defenses. We won against the Buffalo Bills, and Garrett Wilson still did good. So I'm excited to see what he can do against the Detroit Lions. So definitely invest in these two players if you have any interest in doing that with the New York Jets. And then finish it off, Tyson, we got the Patriots.
Well, this is very interesting. Offense still look like dog shit under Matt Patricia. It doesn't really matter who we play at this point. I mean, obviously he had that one game against Minnesota, but that's about it. I can't do this. I mean, obviously, if we even sneak into the playoffs, I have no confidence in this offense right now. We also had a crazy injury. There's so many injuries. Colin Murray went out, obviously. We lost Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know how long he's going to be out for.
For real?
Devontae Parker. I don't know how long Ramondre Stevenson is going to be out for.
Oh,
I'm being dead ass. Ramondre got hurt. Devontae Parker got hurt. I think Dolphins fans know that all too well. I'll talk about that later. But as far as Mojo goes, I mean, what do you want me to say, bro? Like, offense is trash. It really is. I'm surprised they don't put Kevin Harris on here, because he looked like Corey Dillon reincarnated. But other than that, man, I wouldn't really put any much stock on our offense. I'm just keeping it real. I know we won the game, but that was against a pretty bad Cardinals defense, and like I said, they had Colt McCoy in there, so I'm not surprised. But no, man, really, I would not invest in Mac Jones or Nelson Aguilar, to be honest with you.
So again, guys, if you want to download Mojo, you can simply scan the QR code on the screen, or if you're watching on your phone, you can't scan it. You click the link down below in the description. They are adding more sports soon. They're adding a lot of features, and they're coming to a state near you just in a matter of time. So please do us a gigantic favor. Download Mojo today and get your portfolio ready to go. And let's see what you guys can do in making some money. So now we're going to get some super chats real quick. Dan, give me that hat and write it on it. Tua is a bum. So
Gladly.
King Dolphin enters the giveaway. Dan, you want to re-announce that a giveaway that you're doing?
Yeah, most definitely. So since I lost a bet, I need to wear this monstrosity for the rest of the stream. So I am going to give it away. So if anybody wants this, we're going to pick a random super chatter at the end of this stream, and then I can write whatever you want me to write on the brim of that hat, sign it, and I'll send it to you. So it's that, or I'm going to wipe my ass with it. So I mean, it's your choice.
Go ahead and find out who's giving you that tattoo. Is it the Finns? They have a chance to do it. The Jets unfortunately fell short. And then we got a $10 donation. You want to read this one? Anyone? Or you want me to?
I'll read it.
Jets and the Dolphins fans all season. The Bills are going to win the division, and you talk that ish the whole time. Well, now it's a three-peat as division champs. Suck it, fools. I love that energy.
Oh my God, y'all ain't win nothing yet. Don't worry, man.
Congrats on the W Sunday. I'm still happy.
So even if you do beat us on Saturday, which is not going to happen, but if you do, you're still a game behind.
It doesn't matter, man. Y'all
gonna
lose 3 games, bro.
That's all I'm going to say.
I will say this. We need to start off with the Dolphins and the Chargers game, TD. But before I say that, I will say this, man. Dolphins fans, you're really pathetic. Like, what do we have? Like 500 people watching. I don't see any Dolphins type of really action going on in the chat. What proves to me, what's the tweet? There was a tweet pointed out by Barry Jackson, or whatever his name is, who covers the Dolphins, that the Dolphins and Chargers had the most lowest rated game in the Miami market all season long. And what's a game they flexed, by the way, So that just shows me that your fan base is fair weather, bandwagon, and only show up when you win. So with that being said, TD, go ahead and walk us through the Chargers, the Herbert Tua duel that everybody said, all the Tuaneers were hyping up all season, that this was your bounce back game, that you guys absolutely needed this game to actually, because if you would have won this game, you would have had like a 96% chance to make the playoffs. But to TD, I want you to express your feelings on what happened in that game.
Basically, Tua. we've been living in a state of delusion as Dolphin fans, and at the end of the day, we got to come to reality and be honest with ourselves. We could get hype, we could support our teams. I could come up here every single week, and I could tell y'all how great we're going to be, how good Tua is, how he's the best quarterback in the division. But at the end of the day, we won those games we won, and the offense looked amazing the way they did simply because most defenses played us in a basic cover 2 set. We rarely ever saw man coverage. We rarely saw the middle of the field taken away. And as soon as a team decides they actually want to scheme against us, we look like the worst team that have ever played football. And I have done the film study today on my channel. And at the end of the day, we have a quarterback who cannot read defenses, who cannot process post-snap reads. And that is a fact. So if you lose to the Dolphins as we play all 3 of your trash teams, if you lose to the Dolphins in Tua Tagovailoa, it is all the proof you need that your team is trash. Is straight trash. At the end of the day, and y'all done already lost. We done pretty every single one of y'all except the Jets, and they gonna get it real bad. Y'all done pretty much lost to us. Y'all teams have been the Buffalo Bills are one of the rare teams that lost to this basic offense. That's how trash y'all are. Math that works, y'all team is one of the teams that lost to this basic trash offense. That's how
McDaniels was a genius, bro. I thought this offense wasn't trash a couple weeks ago. What happened, though?
Listen, the other team's defense was trash.
Was it the scheme or it couldn't be personnel because the Jets were missing hella players on that defense.
Well, let me be fair to Mike McDaniel. And it was never nothing wrong with Mike McDaniel's scheme. It's still a good scheme. That scheme was good enough to beat the Chargers and the 49ers, but our quarterback can't execute the scheme if they give him a different look post-snap. He don't know where to go with the ball. He goes exactly where the coach tells him to fire it, and that is elementary quarterback play. You cannot post-snap read, and that's what we're dealing with in Miami. And when we won those games, he wasn't post-snap reading either because he didn't have to, because that first read was there. Now, he need to wake his behind up, slap himself on the face a little, and become a post-read quarterback all of a sudden against Buffalo so we can get this W and get our bragging rights. But that's the reality. I ain't going to sit here and sugarcoat it for Dolphin fans tonight. That is the truth. I've already evaluated. Well, how can he be so great one week and so bad the next? Because go look at how great he was. He was making the same throws he was making last night in those games that he played great. The only difference is the defense was actually in man coverage. The defense was actually there. And in all of those wins, go look it up, in all of those big victories we had where he looked like a superstar, we got the greatest separation of any team this year in the NFL. Tyreek Hill and them on almost every play didn't have a defender within 5 to 10 feet of them. So at the end of the day, you play raggedy zone, leaving big windows for us, nobody can beat us. You play man coverage, put pressure on the line, and we're in trouble. It's just that simple. It's that simple. It is what it is. The only chance we got this year is winning this weekend against an inferior team because they quarterback just as bad. And that's it.
So before we move on, TD, do you think this is another late season collapse by the team?
Listen, man, you know I'm going to still hold out hope because we ain't played the games yet. No, we're not going to collapse. We're still going to make the playoffs and we're going to win a Super Bowl. Because it ain't over. Why are you laughing, Richie? You're the one in the basement.
I'm laughing because I just listened to you for 5 minutes trash on your team and your quarterback, and you finished off with going to Super Bowl. That's funny to me.
Because
there's nothing wrong with believing that. I just think I'm not laughing.
He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe it.
I know
miracles happen. Miracles happen, baby.
This ain't Miami Miracle, bro.
I'm not. Well, you should know.
I do know this. It was a great miracle because it was a miracle that got us, that propelled us to a Super Bowl win.
But you would know out of all people for doggone sure. That's right.
That Tyreek Hill was a Miami Miracle. That was so Dolphin. That was the most Dolphin play of all time, but you still lost. But
Man, listen, at the end of the day, ain't nobody up here safe for playoffs. Buffalo could go in, lose
Buffalo's
every
safe.
game. They ain't safe. They can lose every game and get kicked out.
Nobody believes that.
If they lose 3 games, they kicked out.
We're safe.
You ain't safe. You ain't safe. You know you ain't safe. You got to come through. We got to come through there and steal y'all soul on Saturday night.
And so the first seed will not change.
Oh, my God. We'll see. We'll see then.
So, Dan and Richie, give your takes on what you saw until I get my take on what from the Dolphins and Chargers game.
And so I'll go first. I mean, really going into it, I knew that it was going to be not an exciting game, especially with with the conditions. I knew it was going to be low scoring and just an absolute anxiety-filled situation. I mean, going into it, I was really hoping that the Bills would go out there and just put a hurting on them, right? But I mean, what was it, Richie? 10 straight punts, right between both of our teams. It was god awful. One thing I do need to give a giant shout out to is our defense. I mean, it's crazy how different we look when we have Milano, Poyer, and then Trey White out there. Although that he did have his struggles, his presence alone is just miles and miles better when those 3 playmakers are out there. Mike White, I was surprised that he was alive. I have to give credit to that guy. He kept going out there. There was one hit I saw where I'm pretty sure I saw his soul leave, especially from Matt Milano going into it. So definitely credit is due right there. But really what the Bills had to do is that I find it funny because the goalposts are always moved. And not only from opposing fans, but from Bills fans, right? Last year, when we were blowing teams out, everyone was like, oh yeah, but we just can't muster out those gritty wins, those 1-score games. We can't do that. That's a problem with the Bills. But then we revert, now we're mustering away those gritty wins, being resilient and coming out on top, but we're not necessarily dominating like we used to. We're not blowing teams out anymore. So you have to ask, what do you want? Right? This 1-score game, it was a great performance from our defense while with Josh Allen. And so he made the plays that he needed to. Love that touchdown pass rate to Dawson Knox, 360 in the air. About time we're using our $10 million a year tight end, for the love of God. Finally.
Thanks, Dan. Killed my prize pick.
And then afterwards as well, really with Josh Allen just being able to make those plays with his legs. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do this coming Saturday, right against the Dolphins. But like I said, I got to give credit to the Jets. Their defense is elite. So really anybody that wants to talk trash and say, hey, they barely scraped away from the Jets, you need to look at things in context. That is an elite defense. And I think our offense did exactly what they needed to do to come out on top with a very close victory and really just overcome that. So, I mean, I'm super proud of the Buffalo Bills. I like being 10-3. It doesn't feel like 10-3 though, right? It doesn't feel like 10-3. This is the weirdest I think anyone could ever feel as a Bills fan, being 10-3. My feelings make me feel like I'm sitting at 800, but right in reality, we're sitting at the top seed. But love that pickup from Beasley. Super excited to see what he's going to add right into this offense. But I mean, overall, was a great game, and I'm just so glad that a Jets logo is not tattooed on my left ass cheek. That's for sure.
Damn it.
The Dolphins coming. The Dolphins
so
are coming.
Well, that was a great breakdown, Dan. Great breakdown. That was phenomenal, man. You deserve to be on ESPN, man. You're doing a great job with that Dolphins hat. Hey, now seriously, but that game, it's just another one of those games as a Jets fan where you come away so unsatisfied because it was right there. And there's 3 critical points of that game, which is the reason why the Jets lost it. And it started with the CJ Mosley penalty before halftime, jumping over, trying to beat Troy Polamalu. And that gave the Bills the momentum to go down the field and score that Knox touchdown that Dan Mitchell was just referencing. That Knox touchdown should have never happened because it was 4th and 1, and the Bills are about to punt it to us, and it would have been nothing going into half. And then the second play is Mike White leaves the game. Joe Flacco comes in. All right, Joe, what you got for us? Do something. Oh, let's just fumble and lose the ball and turn the ball over like right away. Like, thanks, Joe. Thanks for absolutely nothing, Joe Flacco. And then the third one is we're driving down the field in the fourth quarter. Mike White returns like after getting crunched. Like we already talked about it. So impressive, whatever. The offense is clicking. We get a safety. I forgot about that. We get a safety, cut it to an 11-point game. And then the offense after that safety is driving down the throats of the Bills defense. Finally, momentum. Zonovan Bam Knight, who Dan says a no name, was going all over the Bills. And then Michael Carter has to fumble. He fumbles at the worst time possible. And those are the three turning points of the game. The CJ Mosley penalty, the Flacco fumble, and the Carter fumble. And if you have those type of plays going up against a team like the Buffalo Bills in their own house, you're going to lose. You got to play perfect on the road in a division game. And unfortunately for the Jets, they had too many mistakes. And if you turn the ball over twice and you don't force any turnovers, you're simply going to lose. But I will say I'm very, very happy with the way that this New York Jets team can compete against the Buffalo Bills. We beat them once. It shows that this defense, I mean, go look at the numbers. Look at Josh Allen's 2 games against the New York Jets and then look at Josh Allen against everybody else. They're very bad stats. And that gets me as a Jets fan very excited for the future of this division that I feel confident going up against the Buffalo Bills, more or less, just because of our defense seems to be Josh Allen's kryptonite. Now, Josh Allen did what he needed to do. He did not turn the ball over. He did not, make any bad mistakes like they did in the first game. But I feel like the Jets defense really knows how to get into Josh Allen's head and knows how to make him, a little erratic at times. And I feel like that, what this showed to me as a Jets fan who is trying to, try to find their ground and see what our identity is here on the season, sitting at 7-6. And I like the future of this team in terms of building through this division and competing with a team like the Buffalo Bills, who are obviously the best team in the division. Their defense is a completely different animal with Milano, with Poyer, with Trey White, even without Von Miller. Their defense was the reason why they won that game. I mean, the pass rush that they had on Mike White was just phenomenal. And on the Jets' perspective, we couldn't protect Mike White for the life of him. But the reality is the Jets got a lot of offensive playmakers that needs to get going. And I just like the way this Jets team matches up against the Bills. And if we do squeak into the playoffs, I kind of hope it's the Bills. I would love to face the Buffalo Bills for a third time because I feel like that's just who I want. And they got to be the 2nd seed for that. And the Jets got to be the 7th. And the Jets are not in the playoffs right now. So I can't speak on, to guarantee the Jets are the 7th seed at all because they're not right now. They're the 9th seed. A lot of things have to go on our way to make the playoffs. So I don't want to talk about that. But I just like the way this Jets team matches up against the Bills. And congratulations, Buffalo. You guys got us this time. And I'm excited for the future of this division, man. And Mike White, he's definitely proven to be a warrior. I mean, absolute warrior. And another thing about the game, the injuries to Quinnen Williams. I mean, he had 2 sacks in the first quarter. He goes down. The pass rush disappears. Corey Davis, our most clutch receiver, goes down. So, unfortunately for us, our top pieces on top of our quarterback was getting hurt mid-game, which did not help things. But, man, tip your caps to Buffalo. Congrats on the win. And I'm excited for the future, man.
And so the Williams injury was key. Like, that's like when like the entire momentum like switched up. And one thing I do want to say, like, it's so you have to admit, and so that forced offsides and encroachment on our end was pretty dope.
Yes, but
you have to say that was probably one of the coolest.
I will. And the reason why that happened, Dan, and I don't want to sound like a homer or anything, but I watched the film and I'm not going to be like, oh, it should have been called on this. But if you watch the film, and I'm not just making this up, you watch Knox go under center. Knox his head jolts up, which is why CJ jumped over.
Well, they needed Knox on the center because their quarterback couldn't get nobody to jump.
And that's a penalty on Knox. I'm not saying they should have called it on Knox, but it's a little iffy. It could go either way. Then the reason why CJ jumped off sides wasn't because of the hard counts, because Knox flitched his helmet. When you flitch your helmet, that should be a penalty. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm not making an excuse.
We're blaming the refs now.
And also, the Dolphins did that play on us earlier in the year, if you remember, TD. So the Jets saw that before, where the tight end goes under center. And they also like, oh my God, we've seen this before. We know what's going to happen. And then CJ sees the helmet move and he jumps, and terrible, terrible, terrible play on all counts. But let's get into some super chats real quick before we continue this segment, because there's quite a few. Christopher says Bills needed injuries to 4 key Jet starters plus 2 turnovers just to eke out a 1-possession game at home. Bills don't want to see the Jets at all. Yeah, man, I love the way that this Jets team competes against the Buffalo Bills. I really am. And that by no stretch of imagination am I saying that's a moral victory, because we need to win that game. But I'm just talking about future of this division. I got confidence in the squad. Onaron gets into the competition, Dan. Let me get the hat. All right. So one more person adding to the Miami Dolphins Dan Mitchell hat giveaway. TD more like STD. Ooh. Dudfins suck.
No comment.
After Saturday, Milano will be sponsored by Scotch, Crime Scene Tape, and Crayola Body Outline Chalk. I mean, come on, Milano. Why'd you have to take out my guy Mike White like that? Like, and it was such a clean hit, too, so you can't even complain. But it's like, give my guy's ribs a chance to breathe.
Man, I hope two of them get hit like that.
Scene, like from, has you ever seen that scene from like Pineapple Express, like at the end, like where, and so Danny McBride's like sitting there dying, and they're like, how are you alive, bro? Like, that was Mike White. Like, he came back in the game, what, 3 times?
Yeah, he got knocked out. Well, the first time he got knocked out of the game, leaves for 2 plays, and then Joe Flacco goes in for 2 plays, looks trash, and then he gets subbed in on 3rd and 10, and he throws a dime on 3rd and 10 for the first down. And right there, you're just like, how can you not love this guy? Like,
Yeah.
he's a stud. And then he gets knocked out again in the second half, which is when Joe Flacco ends up fumbling, and then he comes back, and that's when he went to the locker room. And then he came back, and then he threw for 150 yards in the 4th quarter, but unfortunately no scores. Yep. Pedro says, this is a Dolphins roundtable. No Patriots fans to be found.
That's not what I'm looking at in the chat. There's plenty of Patriots fans in the chat.
Come on. Everyone let us know who you're representing.
Half your fan base is going missing anyway.
It's a quick question. We're going to the game. She wants to know if she should wear the blue one or the white one.
Wear the Tannehill jersey.
Oh, no.
Tannehill.
The only thing that's in this house.
Dan got a Tannehill in his closet. Trust me, y'all.
It's the blue one.
Tyrod? Who is that?
The white one or the blue one?
Well, the blue one's more iconic.
I think so.
Who is that? Is number 5 Tyrod?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a solid player, and so to take over 5.
So I think the blue one is what I would say.
The blue one is better if you wear the Dolphins hat with it.
Oh, no. This is being burnt.
TD more like STD again. They're coming for you, TD.
Hey, y'all can give me as many STDs tonight if you're paying for it.
That's not a...
That's yeah.
Jets defense destroys trash Miami after we do. Yes, we will, Mark. This is a Bills fan saying that, by the way. So it's not a Jets fan saying it, TD.
Yeah.
How many more super chats we got?
Hold on, I'm just scrolling through it.
That's at work, acting like he just waiting to do something.
I'll take that hat, Dan. And now another person adds to the collection of the giveaway.
So the contest? Yeah.
The contest.
And so let me know what you want me to write on it.
Yo, TD, you embarrassed me as a Dolphin fan.
Hey, man.
Fins up.
I ain't no different than Tua. He embarrasses us all.
Donovan Knight looks like an absolute steal for New York. And Dan, I know that you guys beat us, but I would like the apology from you because you were saying, who's this no name you're hyping up and Bam Knight, this no name. And you were impressed by Zonovan at all?
And so I was. But I think that you also need to admit that since Salah comes from the Shanahan tree, that really you can plug and play like the cashier down at Foot Locker as running back, and you're going to have a successful run game. Like,
yeah, the system is
literally, it's just the system. It makes running backs flourish. He looked great, right? Like that, 13-yard touchdown with the Buffalo Bills missing tackles. That's like a huge concern that we're going to get into with the pregame segment. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he was just so you know who he is. He was an unrestricted free agent that the Jets got in this draft class. So we have 2 rookie running backs, Breece Hall, who's the stud, and then we got Bam Knight. Chris, what I think is the final super chat for now. Chris says, if Tua gets hit the way White did, it will be the end of his story. Hard loss. Good game, Buffalo. Let's go, Jets. Salah thinks we'll be seeing y'all again soon. I do as well, Chris, and I hope that it goes that way.
Man, I hope Tua don't get hit like that because I already know what time it is. Boy, Mike White was getting rocked.
I know, man. You were trying to kill him.
Okay,
Thank
so
you,
I guess we'll move on to the Patriots game real quick. I ain't really much to say. You know, Kyler Murray got knocked out. One of my favorite players in the NFL, man. I really hope that he gets better, man. I don't want to see anybody go down with like a no contact ACL injury. Like people talk a lot of shit about Kyler, about his his pregame reps and what kind of study, he's not studying film enough and plays Call of Duty, but man, I don't want to see nobody go down like that. And I knew as soon as he went down, as soon as Colt McCoy came in there, I knew the game was a wrap. I really didn't honestly care how the Patriots performed in that game because even had we performed like the level like I think we should have on offense, people were going to say it was just the Cardinals, a 4-8 team. So regardless of how we performed, I don't think we should have shown anything new if there is anything new to show with the offense. So I just wanted to dub any means necessary. It propels us back into the 7th seed, which we are in right now. So like I said, it was one of those games where it's just like, oh yeah, Josh Uche, man, he's a beast, man. Him and Judon, they both have double-digit sacks. Uche won Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, I really want to praise the defense a lot, but at the end of the day, it's like you're facing a team without their quarterback. I was getting worried up until the DeAndre Hopkins fumble for a touchdown. I think that completely changed the game on its head. I did not see that coming at all. We actually were trailing this game in the third quarter until that play happened. So I think it's like I said, it was a must-win game. If we had lost that game, the season would have been over. There's no coming back from, and you have to win that game because you end the season. We end the season with the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Bengals. So the Bengals, Dolphins, and Bills to end the season. So I'm hoping, because I know we'll lose at least one of those games, I'm hoping that the Bills can wrap up that number 1 seed very, very soon. So they will have to rest their starters, because I'm pretty sure that's most likely what could happen. I need the Bills to rest their starters, because that's obviously the only way we can compete with them is if who's your backup quarterback, Dan?
It is Case Keenum, brother.
I want to face Case Keenum. I want you to put all your starters, get the practice squad in there, because that's the only way we're going to be able to beat the Bills last game of the season. Because, like I said, and I've said it for weeks now, nobody in this division can honestly compete with them. I know the Jets love their little moral victories. What do they call them? The cute little Jets. But at the end of the day, man, the Bills were in control of that game. It kind of reminded me of when we played the Bills, where you knew it was a close game points wise, but you knew at the end of the day the Jets didn't stand a chance in hell winning that game, especially after they fluked their way into that first win. So, but it is what it is,
that
man.
way, bro. We outplayed them, and Bills fans just admit that we completely outplayed them in that game in Week 9, beat their ass, 100%.
Well, I mean, if you want to,
and that was no fluke. Don't make it seem like we just happened to beat the Bills back in week number 9. We beat the Bills and we competed with their ass. And I think we were playing better than them all up until that penalty. And then when they scored that touchdown in the beginning, right before the half, that's when the Bills took over. So the Jets had more yards. They were outplaying the Buffalo Bills all the way until that CJ Mosley penalty. Go rewatch the game. Not making it up.
In my opinion, it was a fluke. So regardless of you disagree, you can disagree with me all you want, Richie.
That's just your Jets hate. You can't admit that the Jets could beat the Bills, and you can't. I mean, that's what it seems like to me.
Listen, at the end of the day, I don't even know why I'm discussing the bottom basement dwelling peasants.
Wow, you take a shot at the Jets.
I shouldn't even really be discussing the Jets, but I just had to bring it up.
There and say like, oh yeah, fluke win against the Bills.
It was a fluke. It was a fluke. The Dolphins beat the Bills on a fluke too.
Bills fans do not want to see the Jets in the playoffs, and that is a fact.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that, Richie, because I don't think you're going to make it. So, if anything, they want to. Actually, as a matter of fact, they will have the first round bye, so you would have to actually win a wild card game to even face them.
They not finna have no first round bye.
Oh yeah,
that's if they're the
second. So whoever's in the 7th has to go up against the Chiefs and Arrowhead too. So regardless of what we're talking about here, unless you guys have anything to add about the Patriots Cardinals game, I really need to get off a 2-minute rant about the Dolphins. Does anybody have anything to add regarding our game?
Jack says, by the way, Dan T looks good on you, kid.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
And Hennessy with a $10 super chat. Fins, Pats, Chargers lose this week. We go from 9th to 6th seed next week. All we need to do is take care of business and we'll be good. By the way, we were supposed to be looking at mocks right now. Facts, Hennessy. That's usually... And Jets fans, soak it in. We're not talking about mock drafts. We're talking about meaningful December football games. So take it in, soak it in. We're finally here. And feels good, man. We're not fucking talking about mock drafts. But absolutely, man, there is a path. for the Jets to be the 6th seed, but a lot of things have to go our way. More importantly, we
Well,
got to take.
I always look at it like if you have to look at scenarios and you have to wish other teams to lose to get in, I don't think you deserve to be in the playoffs anyway.
If the Jets win out, they make playoffs.
Shout out to Malachi Rhodes,
No,
just
because
became a member of the Patreon. Malachi
That's
Rhodes.
actually not true, Richie. Because that's actually definitely not true. Because if
Well,
the Chargers went out and
and
the Patriots went
if
out,
they went out, yeah, but
yeah. So like I said, you don't control your own destiny. Just state that as a fact.
it's a 98% chance they make playoffs if they win out.
Well, that 2% chance is staring you in the face. But regardless, the Dolphins. We got to talk about the Miami Dolphins.
No, we don't. We already did.
We got to talk about the reason I have to talk about the Miami Dolphins is because they are the. How can I say this? Dolphins fans, talk to me for a minute in the chat. What have I been saying for the past years, ever since we started the Roundtable? That what will go wrong can go wrong. What can go wrong, what will go wrong, whatever it is, late in the season, the Dolphins collapse. You had a 5-game winning streak against the Lions, Tigers, and Bears on mine. Am I right, TD? Lions, Tigers, and Bears, that was your little win streak. And we get to the Niners game, you got exposed. We get to the Herbert. Now you starting to realize why everybody said that Herbert should have been drafted over Tua regarding when you picked him. Like, we all know this. But Dolphins fans, why are you so shocked? There should be no disappointment. There should be no anger by Dolphins fans, because I'm seeing a lot of anger and vitriol on social media. Fins receipts, ghost. Where are all the Fins receipts at? Posting receipts of Tua this, Tua wasn't that, has gone ghost. All you Dolphins fans in my mentions this week have gone ghost. Where are my ratios at for the past few weeks, Dolphins fans? Because I sat up here and I told you this dating back from when we first started this channel. It doesn't matter when it's going to happen. It doesn't matter who your quarterback is. This is who the Miami Dolphins are as a franchise. And until you realize it and accept it, this is going to happen year after year after year. And we are going to be sitting here next week, Richie and Dan and TD, where there is a scenario. And I'm going to post a scenario real quick of how the Dolphins will be sitting here next week out of the playoff picture. And this isn't some crazy scenario. This is the same scenario I published on Friday. Go ahead and share the screen, Richie. I want to show Dolphins fans how bad this is going to get for them. Because we already know you're not beating Buffalo, right? There's 7 inches of snow. You know what I'm saying? You're not beating Buffalo, and Buffalo Tua doesn't know how to play in snow and cold weather. Look at this. Now, you tell me now, regardless of who you think's going to win the Ravens and Browns game, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect the scenario. We already know the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins. The Chiefs are going to beat the Texans. The Chargers are going to beat the Titans. The Patriots are going to stomp on over the Josh McDaniels Raiders. We all know they choked to Baker Mayfield. The Jets beat the Lions, and even if the Bengals lose, this also doesn't really affect the scenario. The Dolphins will be out of the playoffs by next week, right? But I was told weeks ago that the Miami Dolphins are going to win the AFC East. The Dolphins are going to get that first round bye and be number 1 in the AFC. This is what I have been told from Dolphins fans. Now, fast forward a few weeks. Why am I sitting here and looking at this, and there's a scenario in which you won't even be in the playoffs? How could this transpire? And I will end my little rant like this. The reason it will transpire is because your franchise is cursed. It's snake bitten. Your stadium is built on Indian tribal burial grounds. It's over. And all the little receipts that your Dolphins fans have been collecting over the year about Tua MVP, now he's a bottom 5 quarterback. Now you don't want him no more. There's going to be a Netflix documentary. You like all my little videos on the Miami Dolphins, but there will be a Netflix documentary series, and I have saved every clip of TD, Douglas Do Wrong, all you little Dolphins fans that have been yapping your mouth from the past 5-game winning streak when you beat a bunch of Lions, Bears, Tigers, oh my, and I'm going to present them all to the audience. Because in my scenario, yeah, I love the Patriots. I'll always be a Patriots fan. But I'd rather if somebody asks me, would you rather the Patriots not make the playoffs, but the Dolphins also miss the playoffs? I'll take that scenario because I've seen my team win. I don't really need no more Super Bowls. I'm good. I can die peacefully. But what keeps me on this round table, what brings me back, what gives me joy, when I wake up in the morning, I like to see your misery. Your misery gives me energy for the day. And that's how it's going to happen. So regardless of, like I said, Richie and Dan, however their teams, and even the Patriots, even if we don't win a Super Bowl or even make the playoffs, as long as the Dolphins don't win a playoff game and that streak hits up to 23, because I'm going to tell you the nightmare scenario before I end this. The Lions might make the playoffs this year. They're literally one game out of the playoffs. If the Lions were to somehow sneak into the playoffs and win a playoff game and the Dolphins do not, guess who the team with the longest playoff win drought would be? The Miami Dolphins. 23 seasons. So don't ever come on here and chat about the Dolphins did this and the Dolphins did that during the regular season until you win a playoff game. And this is exactly the reason why. Because it happens year after year after year. And that's all I got to say. TDU, does anybody on the round table have a rebuttal to that?
There's no rebuttal, just to add on to it. Okay, so the one thing that I see from the Dolphins and Tua specifically is that he's had this weakness his entire career, and he always has had it, that he can't get past that first read, right? And what they did is that they put a temporary ban that weakness by trying to institute speed with Tyreek Hill. So when you watch the Niners and how the Chargers sort of have adapted to that by making sure that regardless of their speed, they're pressing them as much as possible on the line of scrimmage, that forces Tua to go back and have his same struggles of not being able to get past that first read. So while the temporary Band-Aid worked, there should be a lot of concerns, not unless Tua can magically just be able to appropriately read a defense. And I feel a lot of pain coming on Saturday, and I see a huge struggle for this team for the rest of the regular season for that reason alone.
Richie, do you have something to say before I go at both of them?
Yeah, sure. I'll say something, TD. The one thing I will say is I think we all knew during the Miami Dolphins winning streak that their schedule is going to begin against the Niners. And I'm pretty shocked. I mean, I was really, impressed with Tua. And I was like, damn. I mean, Tua is like, as a Jets fan's perspective, it's unfortunate that Tua is looking this good. But after seeing him against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football, it really opened my eyes a little bit more. And all the alarmingness about the Dolphins fans is real. And, sitting here as a Jets fan who has Zach Wilson on the team, who is struggling with a similar situation where you cannot get off that first read, that is what, makes you an NFL quarterback in this league, is being able to process things and scanning a defense. But I feel like the Dolphins do have all the weapons in the world offensively to continuously help out Tua. And that's why I feel like they'll still have a chance to make the playoffs. And I'll finish it off with this, TD. I'm hoping that week 18 comes down to a win and you're in for either of our teams. That's all I want.
At least your assessment was fair, Richie. And Dan, I see you running, but between you and Master at Works, this is simple, bro. First of all, yeah. Tyson, you live to hate on us because we're the only ones. You live to hate on us because we're the only ones that spank y'all behind every single year. See, you beat up on the Jets and you ain't got nothing to say to them. Okay, Buffalo, you know that y'all dominated them and they getting a little get back right now, so you feel good about it. But through it all, even when y'all were dominant as a dynasty, it was always one team that laid that smackdown every time on y'all, and it was the Miami Dolphins, the only team in the NFL that did their part against that dynasty. Okay, that's why you hate us, and that's why you forever gonna try to talk trash to us. At the end of the day, just get ready for another year of getting swept by the Miami Dolphins. And Dan freaking Mitchell. I can't wait to see that tattoo. I don't want to look at your rear, but I still got to see the tattoo because it's going on there. Okay? Good and well on Saturday. Yeah, it's going down. I don't care about no snow. We going to find a way to win that game, and it's going to be the most embarrassing thing in your franchise's history, okay? and then you know you're scared. You think you're the favorites now. Tua not looking good. But you know what? That defense still getting up in that quarterbacks. That defense. See, Josh Allen don't have pocket awareness like Herbert did. Okay, Josh Allen is a bum that want to run the ball, and we're going to rock his little clock. He going to be off, and he going to be missing guys in the flat like you do, and our defense is going to dominate the day because guess what? It ain't going to be that much throwing in the game, and you lucky. I will give you this. You lucky that little rat, little piece of trash, Cole Beasley back on
He's
the
your
team.
kryptonite, baby.
I can't
Cole
stand
Beasley,
that.
kryptonite, baby.
I can't stand that little raggedy bum, but that's all right.
Raggedy bum.
I can't stand. Boy, that is the one person I couldn't stand for the last few years. And just to hear he back, that actually upsets me. But that's neither here nor there. Our defense is going to get at Josh Allen and they're going to bust their head open, okay? End of discussing. Both of y'all haters. We about to sweep both of y'all. Both of y'all about to get swept. And you know it's coming. Next, Master.
You're gonna sweep the Jets?
If people must know why I hate the Dolphins so much, I had a very traumatic experience as a little boy at SeaWorld, and I'm not going to get into the personal what happened, but it had to involve a dolphin. So ever since I was 5 years old, I have been warped with this dolphin hatred of mine. So it has really nothing to do with the Miami Dolphins. I hate the animal. I hate everything to do around the dolphin.
He got violated by a dolphin.
About the Miami Dolphins.
He got violated by a dolphin.
I didn't get violated by a dolphin. I'm not going to get into it because it's personal. But I'm going to say I had a very traumatic experience when I was a little kid with a dolphin. And dolphins are not as nice as they portray themselves to be. That's all I'm going to say. But we got to move on, and I think we got to get to PrizePicks.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to. Hey, no. We want to know. No, we want to know a little bit more about this dolphin story.
Listen, we got to get into it, TD.
Oh my gosh, I got to do a stream guessing what it is.
Don't worry about it.
My guy, NY Jet situation report says Master at Work is high. They couldn't move the ball until Quinnen got hurt. They punted nonstop. A fluke is the Pats' last 2 seasons. The trash panda Pats. The trash panda Pats.
I know a Jets fan is really not talking to me right now. I know he's not, but go ahead.
Report. Keith Smith says this man on everyone nuts, but his own team 0-4.
0-4. Who's 0-4? Are you talking about 0-4 against Tua?
0-5, pretty much.
No, I think we're 0-3 against Tua.
Yeah, you can't beat him.
Okay. Works the Dolphins will always be in your head.
Yeah, you will. And listen, I don't mind. Listen, you Dolphins will always be in my head. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to be in your head too. This is a mutual agreement we have. A mutual hatred we have.
Did you have a dolphin girlfriend that hurts you, bro?
No, absolutely not. I would never date a Dolphins female. No way.
A Dolphins female. Master A. Smith.
Hey, listen, man. Whatever.
The level of petty for Master at Work is wow.
It's not. How is it petty? Because if the shoes were reversed, Dolphins fans will. They've been doing it all year. TD, you've been doing it all year, bro. If the shoe was reversed, y'all would be sitting up here right now. If you guys were the number one seed, leader in the AFC East, and you guys would have won actually the last 2 games.
But you're not.
All the smack in the world.
But you're not.
There's no. The difference between the Dolphins and the Patriots this season is 1 game, and after next week it will be 0 games. You do realize that's a possibility, right? Like, if you're such a great franchise and Tua's this amazing MVP top quarterback, and the Dolphins have made these strides upward, then how are you only 1 game better than the Patriots this season, who have one of the worst offenses in the league, who doesn't even have an offensive coordinator, who doesn't have this mastermind coach, this Zen master that you guys portray McDaniel? How are you only 1 game better than us? I don't understand. I don't understand where this is going, bro. That's just my question. Like, I don't understand it. You guys should be leaps and bounds above us right now, but you're not.
Your boy Malachi came in here. Tyson, you want to read it?
The Patriots were 24-12 against Miami. Exactly. That's another thing, too. You act like you guys had a winning record against us during that 20. You were 12-24 against us,
It
bro. Doesn't
matter. We won the most games than any team in the NFL with one of the best percentages. We at least
you're bragging, right? It's not losing to us more than every other team in the past 20 years. That's your bragging right, TD?
No,
what's more impressive, beating the Patriots Patriots in Foxborough in the playoffs or your little regular season?
Exactly. The Jets actually did it to us when it mattered.
Oh my God. See, Richie, why you always gotta get in other people's business?
Can't
It's
wait.
true.
Can't wait.
All right, man. We'll see.
Oh, we got to move over to well, Dan, that Dolphin gear
gear
looks good on you.
All right, Dan, everyone's loving that teal on you, man. Everyone's loving that teal.
I hate it.
Dan, you want to take over? I'm sure that PrizePicks has a new Picksmas.
Actually, Richie, would you mind describing that amazing promo?
I'm sure you would love to.
Oh, I haven't looked into it.
Well, unfortunately, guys, your boy didn't win last week. I don't think any of us won, right?
No, I didn't win. I didn't win because Dan recommended Knox and said, "No, we never get the ball to him. Pick the under," and that's what screwed mine over because he actually was over.
That was my thing, wasn't it?
No, that was my parlay. Yeah, you owe me $25, by the way. But anyway,
$25 because I was wrong.
Knox screwed me over. It was a big win for like 625, and Knox screwed it over for me. But the new Xmas promotion, y'all, it starts pretty much tonight. Take advantage of it every single day. On the promotion, they will have a new opportunity or a new promo, new teaser. They're doing something every single day. I've gotten to a point where I take advantage of the perks that PrizePicks gives you. On Tuesdays, it's Taco Tuesday. It's almost usually a guaranteed winner, so take advantage of that. I love Fridays. They try to do the $20 guarantee. If you place a bet for $20 and you lose, the next day you get your $20 back in promo. So every day for 12 days until Christmas, they will unwrap a new promo every day so you can take advantage of it. So get on that now. Download PrizePicks. And let me tell y'all this, man. At the end of the day, I play it for fun. You know, I do use some money and I play it for fun, and I've won some money. I've had some great fun, but I'm more excited about how many of you all have been sending us in your inbox, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, the big money y'all been winning. Y'all ain't betting like me. I be doing little $5 bets. Y'all be betting 25, 30 and winning thousands. So congratulations to all y'all that keep winning every weekend. And those who have already downloaded it, make your first deposit. They will match it up to $100 of your first deposit. So take advantage of it now. Go download it so that tonight you can start taking advantage of the 12 days of Pickmas. All right.
And what TD was saying, please continue to send in your picks that you make every week when you win or even when you lose. We like to see what you guys are doing. So keep us up to date. You guys follow us over on Twitter. If you're not already, we're at AFC Roundtable. You click that link down below in the description to follow us on Twitter. So screenshot your winnings, go on Twitter. We'll retweet you and love to see you guys winning some money because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So let's get into the promo for this week. Let's start off with the Dolphins.
Everybody over.
Come
Over
on,
in Buffalo
bro.
in the snow.
It's all in the snow with Matt Milano, Poyer, and Trey White.
Richie, it's about to,
you did not see.
Richie, it's about to be a rout, bro.
All right.
All right, y'all.
First thing. It's the only thing that I would choose, honestly, off of this is more than 2 sacks. That's the only
agree.
thing. That's the only thing that I would see.
I agree.
Money from a Bills fan's perspective.
I agree because it's gonna be like 8 of them.
Okay.
All right, Dan, what you got for the Bills?
Okay, let me see what we got working here. Okay.
Any Josh Allen under?
No,
Under
this
pick?
is an absolute lock. Josh Allen, we are going under. No interceptions. 0 interceptions that game.
2.
That is an absolute lock.
Throwing in the snow in the cold weather, y'all. 2.
It's an absolute lock.
Okay.
Josh Allen will not throw an interception that entire game.
A lot of yourself, you lie to whoever.
You lie to yourself. Let's see if I get my girl laugh back here.
The Patriots, they just have the sack total. So
she a Dolphins fan.
Will the Patriots get over or under 2.5 sacks?
Oh, they're going to kill Derek Carr. They're going to kill him. The Raiders' offensive line is depleted too. Yeah, they're going to kill him. That's an over.
I like it. Let's see what they got for the Jets. They got the Jets at 2.5 sacks. Now, the Lions are one of the best, if not the best, offensive lines in football. So
Yeah, don't do that.
And Quinnen Williams is injured, so I'm definitely going to stay away from the sack total.
We'll go under.
Nah, I'm not going to go under because I still love our D line. That's for sure. They can definitely break out. But I got Garrett Wilson going over, man. Besides that game against the Patriots where Zach Wilson had, did his thing against the Patriots, he's been killing it. I mean, another game where he went over 64.5. I think Garrett Wilson is a lock, and he's on pace to get over 1,000 yards for the first time a Jets had a receiver like that since 2015, back with Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. How sad is that, guys?
And so what about our Picksmas?
That starts tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Midnight tonight, they'll release it.
Midnight
First
tonight.
one.
Okay.
All right, so here's the AFC East promo that we're doing. We got the Dolphins more than 2 sacks. Josh Allen less than a half a pick, which means he throws no interceptions. We got the Patriots more than 2.5 sacks, and Garrett Wilson against the Detroit Lions secondary, which is pretty. I mean, they just gave Justin Jefferson a 200 plus on them, so I'm definitely think Garrett Wilson will do the same. Not 200 plus, but you know what I mean. More on 64.5 receiving yards. I think these are all locks, fellas.
Let's do it. Let's place it. And so we're bound to win one of the what is this?
Cannot combine defensive players with opposing offensive players. Oh, okay. So you can't pick the Dolphins defense and against
plus
Josh
the
Allen.
that's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that means TD's got to switch.
And so I have more confidence in Josh Allen not throwing an interception.
Oh my god!
All right, you got to pick it over or under on one of these 3.
You could take Tua over 235.5.
Not in that weather.
Snowman, listen, bro.
I'm not putting my hard-earned money on that.
We are going to throw the ball.
We're looking at like 30 miles.
Yeah, 145 in a dome, bro.
All right, y'all will see.
That is true. He had like how many yards? 130.
We're trying to win money here, bro.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Well, no one's TD. We're not believing your nonsense.
He's going to have a historic day against the Buffalo Bills.
No, do not pick over.
We heard what you were saying before. We still remember.
You literally before said don't even trust him.
I said don't trust. I said don't trust his long-term stock.
He's not going over 235, TD.
Bro, in those conditions, there's no way.
Oh my God, we playing the Buffalo Bills, bro. We're gonna be doing dink and dunking, and we're gonna be getting yards after the catch, man. Tyreek number gonna be ripping 60-yarders all day.
And so if this is on TD's account, then he'd pick the under. For sure.
I mean, Mike White went over 235 in Buffalo.
Exactly.
But Tua ain't no Mike White.
Yeah, Mike White ain't no Tua.
Yeah, thank God. All right, well, we appreciate PrizePicks again for sponsoring the show. If you guys want to join PrizePicks, click the link down below in the description. If you're not familiar what the promo is, as you see on the bottom, you sign up, you deposit anything up to $10, they will match that deposit up to 100%. So you put $50 down, they give you $50 of free money. You put $100 down, they give you $100 of free money. So you get $200 to play with. And we got a lot of people supporting the AFC's Roundtable that's winning a lot of money. Thank you all to keep sending us your winnings because we'd love to see what you guys are doing. And even send us some of your picks beforehand. So maybe I want to get in on your guys. I want to make some money. So we appreciate that. Tag us on Twitter so we can see it. And you can join the Discord as well because we got a really good thing going on there on the Discord app.
And so someone's been telling us that our link is expired. So we need to generate a new
Somebody
Discord.
who the hell did that, bro? So okay, so after the show I'll fix the Discord link to a permanent one, and because
we'll make it permanent.
That's crazy because that means I have to go to everything that I posted at Discord and change it now, like to our link tree and everything.
I'm sorry, Tyson.
That's unfortunate.
Right. Probably was a Dolphins fan that did that crap.
That gets us to our next segment, which is preview. Uh-oh. We got the previews to talk about. And this preview segment is powered by BETUS, which is the proud sportsbook sponsor of Jets Media. You guys know where to get your sportsbook. That is at BETUS. We're going to be looking at the lines and the money lines about our games that are coming up. The Jets and the Lions are pretty even. I'm really curious to see who's favorites and what's the spread looking like for the Bills and the Dolphins and, of course, the Patriots. So which game do you guys want to talk about first?
Let's get this Patriots game out the way.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Since it's the least least one that really nobody really cares about.
Well, according to BetUS, they have where's this game at? Here it is. So the Patriots are 1-point favorites. It's pretty much even. This is very similar to the Jets-Lions game.
Well, I will say this. The Raiders are getting Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow back in this game, which is unfortunate. But then again, man, like I said, you have to really just look at the Raiders. I mean, this is obviously the Josh McDaniels game. The last time we played Josh McDaniels was 2009, and we lost when he was the coach of the Broncos, and we ended up losing in overtime. And if anybody remembers that game as a Patriots fan, that was the McDaniels fist pump game where he ran around the field streaking, celebrating that he beat us. And then a few weeks later, he got caught for Spygate and got fired. So that's pretty much what I remember. Listen, the Raiders, if you're going to bet on the Raiders in this game, please DM me a screenshot of you doing so. I want anybody that's picking against the Patriots to screenshot me and show me that you put money on the Raiders. Because after what happened last week to the Raiders and what's happened all season to the Raiders, Baker Mayfield coming off, he was there for 2 days with the Rams and beat them, drove them 98 yards down the field. It was a crazy game, but the Raiders, and by the way, the Raiders haven't beaten the Patriots since 2002. So, Richie, it's even worse when it comes to the Raiders and Patriots. They haven't beaten us since the regular season game.
That makes you feel a lot better.
It was a season of the Tuck Rule game. It was in the regular season. So that's the last time the Raiders have. I think we've beaten them like 6, 7, 8 straight times, something like that. The Raiders are a dumpster fire. Justin McDaniels doesn't know what the hell he's doing. They're depleted on both sides of the ball. Yes, they got Devontae Adams. They're going to get Darren Waller coming off of IR. They're going to get Hunter Renfrow coming back. But at the end of the day, the Raiders are not beating the Patriots. It's just not happening. Belichick's not going to let what happened in 2009 happen again with Josh McDaniels. If anything, McDaniels might throw this game to Belichick. So for when he does get fired, Belichick will take him back. I think that would be getting in Belichick's good graces. Listen, you're already going to be fired eventually. It's just a matter of time. Throw us this game because we need it more. You're not in the playoff hunt. You're not loitering like the Jets are. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and throw us a bone. Let us win this game. We're not going to run up the score on you. We're not going to embarrass you. This game was actually flexed out of primetime, thankfully, so we get to see Tua in another primetime game. I'm thinking I'm loving that. But does anybody on this panel have any reasons to believe that we're going to lose to the Raiders?
Go Raiders
on Sunday.
They have been playing better football lately. They've been playing better lately, though.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs
Josh
Jacobs is definitely going to be a player to look out for, Tyson, for the injury report, because I know he hurt his hand. He's their whole offense. I mean, he's their bell cow. I mean, he's playing like the best running back in football this year. Yeah. So I feel like if he is playing, that's going to be huge for the Raiders. If he's not playing, that really goes in your favor. And I know that your running back room is banged up as well. And Devontae Adams I mean, their offense is not really clicking, but Devontae Adams is a superstar still in this league. And I think you match up well against them defensively, and their defense is pretty trash. I just feel like their offense is what makes them somewhat good so far this year. And they're definitely playing better football as of late, even though they collapsed against the Rams. But I think the Patriots, most likely going to win, but for sure I'll be rooting for the Raiders, baby. Let's go.
And so in my opinion, like there's no way that Bill Belichick is going to allow like him to lose. And so against his former offensive coordinator, I see him like putting together probably one of like the most complex defensive schemes in the face of the planet. Like it's definitely going to be a boring Patriots game where like it's going to be like 9-3 or something like that. But I see the Pats coming out on top, but I just like see it really coming down to coaching at the end of the day. But I see the Pats winning, unfortunately.
I actually got y'all winning this game though. They are playing better football, but they just haven't been disciplined all year. And Belichick, especially with everything on the line, y'all gonna go out there and y'all gonna give it what you got. So y'all will get this game.
This is another must-win game for the Patriots. They can't afford
all of them. All of them.
Well, no, not all of them. But this one is a must-win more than the Cardinals one. Well, that Cardinals was must-win too. But because it's a conference game, and because if it comes down to tiebreakers at the end of the season, you need to win your AFC conference games. You know what I mean? At the end of the season. So that's why this game is so important. And the reason why it's another important, because this is the last easy we got. This is it. because then you got the Bengals, you got Miami, and you got Buffalo to end the season. So that's why this game is so vital to win. So
Yeah, it's going to be
So
an
I
interesting
guess
one.
we'll move on to the Jets and the Lions, Richie.
Yeah, so the Jets and the Lions on BetUS is very even. I mean, PK, I think that means even the spread. Like, that's pretty wild. And they don't even have the money line odds. That tells you how freaking even this Jets and Lions game is here on BetUS, which is really, really interesting. So if you want to talk about this game coming up for the New York Jets, similar to Tyson, this is a must win for the Jets. I mean, this is the way I'm looking at it as a Jets fan, and I'm sure the Jets team is looking at the same way, is they got to treat every single game like a playoff game. I mean, it's do or die at this point. Every game's an elimination game. The Jets have, they have to go 3-1 for the last 4 games. If they have any chance of making the playoffs, I'm not going to expect them to run the table, even though I would love them to. And it's not even guaranteed if they make the playoffs if they run the table. But, going up against a team like the Detroit Lions, I know that they're rolling. I know that they're like the fun Lions. They've sucked for a long time. And, Dan Campbell hasn't playing hard. And their offense is all over the place. But I really like the way how this Jets team matches up against the Lions, because you see that this Detroit Lions offense is, putting up 30-plus points per game. You go look at the defenses up that they're playing, it does not compare to a team like the New York Jets. The Detroit Lions are 0-4 this season against top 7 scoring defenses. The New York Jets happen to be 5th in the NFL in scoring defense. And also Jared Goff, he is a quarterback that's playing good as of late, but he's also a dome quarterback. And he's going to be at MetLife Stadium at home against the New York Jets, which is, the Northeast weather is going to be cold. It's going to be frigid. Jared Goff is not really a quarterback that really plays well in inclement weather. So I think our defense can really keep us in the game enough. And I feel like their offense is definitely going to be more clicking than our offense. But I think that the Jets are going to win this game because that I feel like, when you have a defense that actually is a top 7, top 5 defense in the league going up against a team like the Lions that is all offensive driven, but they gave up. I mean, Kirk Cousins put up 450 yards and 2 touchdowns on them, but they still end up losing the game. And I'm not taking anything away from the Lions. They are playing hard football. They're playing really good football. Their defense is playing better as of late. They got talent all across that offense, with Jamison Williams getting his first touchdown as a rookie last week, to, St. Brown, to, you guys all know the players that they got. Their offensive line is one of, if not the best offensive lines in football. Jared Goff is sacked 19 times in total this year, which is the 3rd fewest. So it's a big test for this Jets defensive front, especially if Quinnen Williams is not going to be playing. And it's really going to hurt this team if Quinnen's not out there. I mean, Quinnen leads the NFL out of any defensive tackle in Pro Bowl votes for a reason. He is playing out of his mind. He had 2 sacks in a quarter and a half against the Buffalo Bills before he went down with an injury. So I'm hoping he can go out there and play in this game. But this is a must win, man. The Jets got to take every single game, go week by week. But this is a playoff game right here. I mean, I'm not saying the Jets are in the playoffs, but this is what meaningful games in December is about. And and I'm speaking for Jets fans really quick, we haven't been in this situation since 2015. It's been 7 years where we're in the middle of December talking about, rooting against this team so it helps us. And just soak it in, Jets fans, because this is all we wanted in August before the season was, can we please be in the playoff hunt in December where we're not fucking talking about mock drafts and we're actually playing meaningful games. So here it is. Let's hope that this Jets team can actually take advantage of this opportunity. And also, the Jets have not lost back-to-back games once this season until they lost to the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings back-to-back. So I find it hard to believe that the Jets are going to lose 3 straight games unless it's an utter collapse. And I think that, Mike White's another person to look out for because he is dealing with a rib injury. He's limited at practice. The Jets officially elevated Zach Wilson to the backup quarterback for anybody that did not see that news today. So Joe Flacco is a goner, thank God, because Joe Flacco couldn't even just hand the ball off or just do anything for us. He had to turn the ball over when he came out there. So I'm hopeful that Mike White can go out there and sling this rock around, and our defense is going to be the reason why we end up winning this game in a high-scoring battle at MetLife Stadium. What you guys got in this game?
And so let me see those lines again real fast, because I am super, super interested, because I mean, like, we're looking at a top 5 offense right here, and then we're looking at a top 5 defense, right? So I think that this game's like really difficult to bet against. I'm not even sure that I would put money down on this really for anything. Looks like that it's even with the point spread. I would say, my God, I'm not even sure if I would even sniff out the, into the over or under. I mean, sorry, Richie. I see the Lions, man. I see them winning this game. I think that they're the hottest team in football right now. I think that they're riding high. That offense is great. I think their defense is playing better, but I see the Jets making plays. That's for sure. As far as a bet, I don't know, man. I feel like I'd probably have to go with is the under, maybe, just because I see the Jets making a lot of plays on defense.
And the weather. I mean, it's not going to be rainy or anything, but it's going to be cold.
I think the under might be the safest bet on that situation. But I mean, I am definitely very excited to watch that game for sure.
Who would have thought the Jets and Lions would be, like one of the better games of the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Richie, I ain't gonna lie. You hit it all right on the head. The Jets gonna win this game. The Lions have a high-powered offense, but they haven't run into the Jets defense yet, the way that they like to play. And bigger than anything, I think it's underrated what you said, Richie. They're on the road. They're a dome team. They are on the road in cold weather with the actual pass rush. They can, it's man-to-man pass rush. They're just used to putting up points. Not to mention, their defense sucks too. Okay? And this is a Mike White game. His skill set fits this game perfectly if those receivers can run their routes. And I feel like the Jets, this will be one of the higher offensive production games for you because everybody produces offense just about on this Lions team. Kirk Cousins over 400. Tua was over 400. I mean, it's supposed to be a shootout, but they also haven't ran into this level of defense plus a quarterback who can actually pick them apart. Mike White has the arm to win this game if he isn't too banged up. But it's a lot tighter game if Zach Wilson is in it. So I think your quarterback's going to decide this game, bro.
Well, I'll look at it this way. I mean, the Patriots shut out that Lions offense, like 0 points. So if the Jets have such this amazing, great defense that Richie, you love to hype up, you better win this game. Like your defense got to show up in this game. Like if you can't beat the Lions, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, yeah, they're the top 5 offense, but I'm not believing, man. I see articles about the Lions because they're in the playoff hunt for the first time since Barry Sanders Stafford. I don't trust this Lions team at all to win a game like this, especially was it MetLife, right? This game's in New York. Mm-hmm. Not in that weather. Jared Goff. Don't trust him. I got the Jets winning this game. Actually pretty easily, to be honest with you. I just don't see how, like, the pressure's going to be the pressure's on both of you because whoever wins this game, whoever loses this game can pretty much kiss their season goodbye. You know what I mean, Richie? Yeah. I think we can agree with that. This is a game you have to win. Mike White, Zach Wilson, Flacco, it doesn't matter who the hell your quarterback is. You should be able to beat the Lions because their defense is still trash. So,
yeah. And to your point, Tyson, I agree. If the Jets want to be a playoff team, you got to beat the freaking Lions. I don't care how hot they are. They won 5 of the last 6 games. If the New York Jets want to represent in the playoffs, you win this game. They're not a playoff team if they lose. So that's really what it comes down to on that front. So I appreciate the takes. And Dan, thanks for picking the Lions because I did not want all 3 of you guys to pick the Jets. So let's go, baby. We need that dub.
Yeah, the whole Sunday night crew picked the Dolphins against the Chargers.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's never.
There was one of them that picked the.
All of them picked the Dolphins, bro.
Oh, they did.
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Gotcha.
All right, where is this? Oh, there it is. Wow. So the Bills are 8.5-point favorites on BETUS.
Anytime if the Bills are 8-point favorites, Vegas is begging to take y'all money because they know the Dolphins gonna lose. They're gonna win.
Gonna lose.
Gonna win.
I'm still so salty. I put $100 on the Jets money line. I should have just put it on the spread, bro. Come on, Dan. I was too confident. I should have put on the spread.
I bet none of y'all would take the spread for Buffalo to cover.
I would.
Man, you know.
And I am. And I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to bet on it. And I'm going to send it in the group chat. I'm dead ass. I'm going to bet my.
Your hate runs so deep, you'll waste money just to
make that's not a lot of points, to be honest with you. It's really not. 8.5. What is that? A touchdown and a field goal?
You don't lost your mind.
It's happening. It's happening.
And guys, if you want to sign up for BetUS, they have a really cool promo where you sign up and they give you $50 of free bets, so you don't have to even make a deposit. So if you're a Bills or a Dolphins fan or even a Patriots fan or a Jets fan, go get $50 for free and put it on this game.
That's what he gonna use. That's what he gonna use because he's scared.
Money.
He gonna use that free money. I don't blame you.
Free money, and then also, and so there is a link as well that if you do decide after that free $50 that you want to deposit, and so they'll match 125%, and that's all the way up to 2,500. So I mean, if you deposit 2,500, then that's a match of 125%. So super great sportsbook. We've been having a great time with that. I know that I'm putting money on the Bills. Let's be honest with that. But we'll go on ahead and we'll just dive right in.
Go ahead and jump into the game, the AFC.
Man, y'all better bet the Dolphins to cover the spread, all right? If you want to make some money.
What I think we need to do, I think that we need to make a channel on our Discord of like all of like the BetUS picks and like literally just like a gambling section, so we can all just like absolutely flex. I feel like that's
AFC showdown, right, TD? This is the one that's going to decide a division.
Oh, not anymore. That's great. Anyway, so like, I mean, that's a great segue. I mean, obviously the big game Saturday night. In fact, fun fact, I am going to be there. All right. I'm going to be tailgating by Danny South, which is right across from the stadium. If anyone's going to be there, I would love to meet you. I will be there with a bunch of buddies and we'll go from there. But let's talk about this game. TD. So I feel like you have a lot to say. So let's have you go first. So what are your thoughts on this game? Let's hear this analysis, and then I will go.
First of all, Dan, you look real nice in Dolphin colors.
No, I don't.
The hat looks nice on you. All right. We appreciate you rocking with us this week. And we're not going to forget the reason why you're wearing it is because you lost the bet that you bet on your team last time that they were going to win against the Dolphins. And what were you last time? You were wrong. Spell it with me, people. WRONG. Wrong. And if you're from Buffalo, it's RONG. Wrong. Okay? You were wrong. And you are about to be wrong again. The Dolphins will go on the road in Buffalo in the low degree weather in the snow and beat the Buffalo Bills. And you know what? I'm starting to feel deep down, it ain't even going to be close. That spread might even be reversed because at the end of the day, the one thing, y'all can call me delusion as a Dolphin fan all y'all want, but the one thing I've been very accurate about and the one thing that always seems to come back and bite y'all is the fact that you still got that bum Josh Allen under center. And he ain't going to be able to throw the ball as much in the snow, and it's going to be a running game, and we're going to be teeing off, knocking his head off. Bradley Chubb is about to give him the business. He's the reason we brought him in as an extra acquisition, and y'all ain't got y'all boy to do the opposite, who y'all brought in. He's all banged up from home, looking around, trying to figure, Dan got to bring the Dolphin fan in to help him on this one. You know, he already nervous, but it's all good. We know you got that hat out her closet, Dan. See, she laughing at you, Dan.
Y'all be cracking me up. I just love it.
Listen, we just be having some fun, but we appreciate the Dolphin Nation accept you because we know you are a Dolphin fan. But, you know, it is a violation to be in relation with the Buffalo Bill fan, but we're going to give you a pass, all right? But listen, Dan, it's over for y'all. Our defense is going to win this game. Tua will be very efficient. We will run the ball a whole lot more in this game, and we're going to play the game possession. And what we're going to do is exactly what we did last time. Extend the game, play for the time of possession to just let the clock run. And as long as we enter the fourth quarter with the score close, it does not work in your favor and you will lose. Y'all having y'all safeties back healthy and all of that won't matter much because we will be running the ball more. And once again, the play action will get y'all sucked in and we'll take care of business. We're going to get this win. Even if we implode for the rest of the season, we're going to get this one.
Oh, man, that's a lot of confidence. That's definitely a lot of confidence going into Buffalo, New York. I think right now they're calling for 30-mile-an-hour gusts, snow. There's currently a 60% chance it's going to be chilly out there, man. It's going to be very chilly. And the fact that the Dolphins needed heaters in LA when it was 55 degrees, I have a feeling that these conditions are about to be extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And I definitely don't want to hear it from any Dolphins fans once you do lose, right? Because we got so much hell from saying, hey, you know what? Like, we had 10 players needing 3 IVs since you put us in direct sunlight at 98 degrees. How dare you guys? You should be embarrassed from yourself. So when you guys are literally freezing and your snot is frozen right within your nostril by the second quarter, I don't want to hear a thing. I don't want to hear a thing. And I pray that the Buffalo Bills, they put heaters on your sideline, but they just conveniently break, right? And we don't have enough time to fix it.
We bring our own.
That's exactly what I'm feeling right now for this game. But this is one thing I do want to put out there is the fact that the biggest part of the Miami Dolphins offense is the vertical game, right? So you have the speed and you're good to go. But with these conditions, it's not going to happen. There's not going to be a way that you can turn this into a vertical attack with the wind and the snow. So you're going to have to be forced to play football in a very different way of how your head coach wants to run your offense and how Tua is comfortable running that offense. I am very, very confident that with the main missing pieces that were in that first week 3 game that were out, listen, one thing I want to put out there, you are not going up against the same defense that you played on week 3.
Yeah, they worse.
Going up against 3 All-Pros, huge missing pieces during week 3. It's Matt Milano, Trey White, and Jordan Poyer. So without the factor of your vertical game, that 40, 50-yard pass that Tua unleashed on Waddle during week 3, it's not going to happen with the conditions. And even if it does, we have the playmakers out there to stop that. And that was the big splash play that helped you guys get ahead because you were able to connect with Waddle right up against a 7th-round pick that is now on a practice squad. So at the end of the day, I feel like the pieces with the Buffalo Bills defense is going to eliminate entirely those big plays. So the Dolphins are really going to have to leverage that run game, really hope that Enzo Mostert will be able to make that happen. Like I said, the Niners and the Chargers, they ended up putting the playbook completely out there, ready to go, like that book on how to stop them and how to take away that speed. And that's
easy adjustment.
And so that's the get into Tua's head and make sure that he goes past his first read. I guarantee you are going to be seeing a lot of press coverage from Trey White, from Elam, from Xavier Rhodes, whether or not that he's called up during that game, from Dane Jackson, who I'm kind of nervous about, to be honest with you. But all we need to do is just take away that first automatic read. Because soon as when Tua doesn't see where he's going to go with the ball post-snap, that's when he starts making mistakes, and that's what I'm going to see. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go out here and say, listen, I expect Buffalo Bills to hang 50 points on these fools, 50-10. No. And so I think that these conditions are about to be very annoying. And so I feel like Bills fans and Dolphins fans alike are about to be very frustrated because the game is not going to be as electric as we want it to be.
Yeah, will.
Back to that weather, 1,010%. But I do see our defense stepping out. And so I do see Trey White once again holding down Tyreek Hill, which he usually does outside of a play or two. Super excited from that. So with that offense, I wouldn't be surprised if they score a maximum of 17 points. 17
Who's your backup quarterback?
It's Case Keenum.
Yeah, if he plays, then you might have a chance.
And so I haven't even talked about our offensive game plan right now.
Why? Why would you? Why would you?
And because we need to. Now, listen, like one thing I do want to sort of orchestrate and discuss is the fact that since it's going to be such bad conditions, I would not be surprised if the Dolphins, at least starting off, are going to be rushing 5 to 6, right? Like they're legitimately going to be putting as much pressure as possible within Josh Allen, as they should. Like they have some studs on that defensive line and that front 7. So I'll give respect where it's due. But the key ingredient was that outside of Stephon Diggs, we had nobody that Josh Allen trusted 100% with his life. But guess what? Your kryptonite's back, baby. Your kryptonite is back, and that is none other than Cole Beasley. And I know a lot of people were like, Dan, relax. He just got signed to the practice squad. He's probably not going to see a lot of playing time. He's going to see a lot of playing time. We have so many questions when it comes out of that slot. And so Isaiah McKenzie is not the answer, right? And with Gabe Davis on the outside, he's super inconsistent. So we thought that he'd be like a baller this year. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. But that missing piece was Beasley. And you're going to see, and you were going to coin a term from myself and from Bills Mafia for the longest time, and it's called third and goal. So when you miraculously get a BS call from the refs that puts us at third and long, you're going to see Cole Beasley with a clutch reception that puts us into the red zone, and things are just going to be a little different. And so I do see that addition is going to help out with that rush that Josh Allen is going to face quite a bit. And then I also see our run game really being able to be leveraged via screens and a big game from James Cook. I'm calling it right now. Big game from James Cook. We are going to ride out those conditions and win another gritty win. As much as I would love for it to be an absolute ass beating, I think the conditions are going to be super annoying, and I think that this game is going to be basically a 21-19. But only
y'all going to score 19? Okay.
but only flip. And so Buffalo Bills winning that. Richie, as a matter of fact, let me see those lines again, because I want to put like a bet down that I feel like would be good. Like, I mean, I normally like rule for me is that I typically don't bet on my own team because I just think it's stupid. But say that I had to, and like I'm just talking to anybody that wants to put it out. Say that I had to put anything, the under in this game is easy money.
And put the Dolphins to cover the spread because they will win. And even if they lost, they're going to cover the spread.
And so I would take the Dolphins +8. And so I do see the game being close. And so the Bills will win, and so 8 points I think is a little.
Man, we gonna get this W, and it's the end of the season. That's it. We gonna Dan, you make sure we gonna get video of that tattoo. Don't forget what's on the line here.
And so I'll get it in Buffalo, bro. Once the game's over and y'all miraculously win, I'll go to the closest parlor.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good one.
My girlfriend said then we'll have it removed the next week.
Hey, long as we get proof it was on there, that's all we need. We're gonna use it forever.
Saturday night prime time, baby. I just gotta say one quick thing. We have not asked you guys once this entire stream if you can simply do us a favor and hit that like button, guys. We're sitting at around 350 likes. If you guys can gladly, it's free of charge. Hit that like button. Let's get to around 500 likes by the time the stream is wrapped up. So if you guys are enjoying the show right now, do us a solid. Hit that thumbs up, man. We genuinely appreciate each and every one of you guys watching, whether you're Jets, whether you're Bills, whether you're Patriots, whether you're Dolphins, whether you're another NFL fan base outside of the division. We appreciate you guys. So hit that thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Tyson, do you want to get your thoughts of that game before I get
Yeah, sure. I also fixed the Discord link, and I pinned the Discord link. So if you guys want to join the Discord, it's pinned in the chat, and I fixed the Discord link on our channel and Linktree. So
thank you.
Anyway, yeah. So listen, man, this is gonna be a bloodbath. This is gonna be the game. I watch TD's. Listen, I would say this about TD, man. He's the most entertaining streamer that watches his team react I've ever seen in my life. It's authentic. It ain't fake. I can tell it ain't fake. He really, really cares about his football team. And I will say this, man. I respect the hell out of TD, bro, because TD, you might wanna like lock the door for this game when you watching it on stream. Don't like. You might want to get soundproof a door or something, because it's gonna get bad, bro. If you were pissed, and I saw how pissed you were after that Chargers game, this game is going to really test your fandom like any other, because this is a game where I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to get ugly, and I don't think Tua is going to bounce back. I think it's going to be the worst Tua game of his career, as a matter of fact, because I remember the last time he went to Buffalo in kind of similar weather with everything on the line. The reason why I think it's going to be so bad is because of what's on the line. If the Dolphins somehow pull this off, sweep the Jets, sweep the Bills, Dan has to get a tattoo on his cheek. You sweep the Bills. Now all of a sudden everything changes, because now you're back in the division discussion. Now those last 2 weeks don't really matter. You pretty much don't clinch the playoff spot with the win against the Bills. Now, and if Tua balls out and you guys win in Buffalo in that weather, not only does that spit in the face of everybody that says that Tua can't play in cold weather, that Tua can't play in big games, that the Dolphins about the late season Dolphins collapse, everything gets turned upside down if the Dolphins somehow find a way to pull this off. But if you don't pull it off, and that's what I'm thinking, if you don't pull it off, TD, now you're in a situation to where the last 3 games of the season there's no gimme because you got Aaron Rodgers, you got us, and I understand that your 2 was undefeated against us, but you've never had to play us late in the season where you really needed to win to get into a playoff spot. Because last season there was really nothing on the line for you because you were already eliminated. So it's different to come into Foxborough with a lot on the line. And then the last game against the Jets, who they beat you already. So this game, and I know all the other 3 games are important, this game here is monumental, not only for your fan base, TD, not only for Tua's career, but for the Dolphins franchise as a whole. That's how big of a game this is. Regardless of the Bills win a division and they're the number 1 seed, no one really cares about what the Bills, if the Bills win or lose. You know what I'm saying? This is all about the Dolphins in this game. And if I'm going to make my prediction based off of what I know and what I've learned from the Dolphins in the past 2 years, there's just no way I can go with the Dolphins to win a game of this magnitude. It would be going, and it's not even because I don't like the Dolphins. It's just that if you look at the history of the past 2 seasons, when you went on the road in a big game like this in front of a hostile environment to get into the playoffs, Tua hasn't showed up. So why should I automatically assume that this is going to be the game after what happened last 2 weeks? That things are going to change now. I just can't do that. And no sports bettor in the world would do something like that unless they're betting peanuts, which I don't, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be bad. But if, TD, if somehow you pull this off, I understand that the Bills will still be leading the division.
Yeah,
But like exactly, TD, exactly. Now this puts the pressure on Buffalo. And like I said, TD, you might as well start celebrating if you win a game like this. You might as well just ignore the past 2 games. Because I remember seeing one of your streams, you were saying that, oh, this is a game where Tua would magically show up. No, TD, that's actually not the case. This is a game where Tua usually would shit the bed. This isn't like the Lions or another team like us. This is a game of magnitude on primetime television in the snow with what's going to be like 10 degrees, 7 inches of snow expected for the game.
Yep.
Tua, everything would tell you Tua couldn't pull something like this off. And for the Dolphins to win, Tua can't play bad and they win. I just don't believe that because your offense is going to have to put points on the board. The only way you win is if your quarterback plays well and if your quarterback shows up. There is no scenario in this game because your defense is bottom 20. There is no scenario in which the Dolphins win this game and Tua is just a bystander. He's just on the bus. It's not happening. Tua has to ball out in this game for you to win this game.
He will.
Okay, I'm just saying. But listen, man, I'm obviously going to pick the Bills. But if you guys lose this game, now you guys should be nervous about making the playoffs. Now you should be nervous because that would mean no game at, like they said, the Packers, the Patriots, and the Jets. None of those games are gimmies anymore. They're not like you thought they were the past a few weeks ago. So that's pretty much my opinion. Like I said, I got the Bills winning, but I honestly believe it could be closer than what people expect because I really haven't seen the Bills offense like be a well-oiled machine.
Trash.
But the reason why I think the Bills are going to blow you out is because your defense is trash. It's bottom 20 in every category statistically. You're bottom 20 in the league in every defensive. And Xavier Howard, where the hell has he been? Where is Xavier Howard at? Why he's been getting eaten up time and time again. And Stephon Diggs is going to be matched up with him. Bro, listen, man. I don't know what to tell you. This is make or break now.
We got a donation from John. He says, 1, Dan, take that garbage hat off. 2, Bills killing the Finn Saturday. 3, Master, keep up those memes, bro. You got Big O going crazy here in Miami. Go Bills. Thanks,
Yeah,
John.
so people
Great
that
member
saw
of the
that
channel.
clip, I donated to the Big O show just so I can get some. See, that's another thing too. I love Dolphins fans because I'm just the king of the troll. I will do anything to get a Dolphins fan to say what I want them to say, and even the Big O said it. If the Dolphins are in the same position they've been for the past few years, the late season collapse. Like, you can't expect the ESPN First Take Undisputed, Emmanuel Acho, the biggest Tua fan there is on TV right now. You can't expect any haters or like myself to really change their mind on your franchise until you get it done. And I said it before the season started. You have to at least win a playoff game. If you squeak into the playoffs but get blown out like the Patriots did last year against the Bills, then what have you really accomplished this season? So, yeah.
We're gonna be all right.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for that game for a lot of reasons. When it comes to the weather, it's definitely going to be a big test. We know that the weather is a big factor in this game for a lot of different elements. And, from a Jets fan perspective, it would help out us if the Dolphins lost. But it really comes down to, if the Dolphins defense can do anything to the Buffalo Bills offense. And I feel like that's going to be the difference in this game. Josh Allen, he can have your way with you. And I know that, he didn't have his best game of his life against the the Miami Dolphins back in week number 3. But I do feel like, all the eyes are on Tua. I mean, we are talking about a quarterback that was being nationally praised by the entire planet Earth, MVP frontrunner, highest graded quarterback, Tua and Tyreek, Waddle, and rightfully so. At the time, they were lighting up the league. But now you got 2 straight games in a row where it's like, wait a second, are they frauds? And what better opportunity? If you're a Dolphins fan, I'd accept this challenge. And more importantly, if you're a Tua Tagovailoa and you're the Miami Dolphins, this is your chance to right your wrongs and understand, like, yeah, flukes happen, bad games happen. Can they handle adversity? Because it really defines you as a team, and it defines your character as in how you respond during adversity. When it's all high and you're on a 4 or 5 game winning streak and it's all, positive energy everywhere, you're top ranked here, top ranked there, everyone's praising you, life is great. But what's it like when you get a little taste of defeat? What are you going to do? How are you going to respond? Is Tua going to just crumble, or is he going to answer and become stronger? And I think, it's going to be a really interesting game on Saturday night in Buffalo. From a Jets fan's perspective, where the Jets just played in Buffalo, it's definitely going to be a raucous crowd. It's going to be a lot of cold weather. And I feel like you got to really rely on your run game more than you usually do, because in cold games, you got to be able to run the ball. And if you cannot run the ball and you rely on the passing attack, it's a recipe for failure. Trust me. So I do have the Buffalo Bills winning this game, but I think it's going to be a tight matchup that's going to go down to the last minute.
TD, if the Dolphins lose this game, is your season? Yeah. What is your outlook for the rest of the season? What's your outlook for the rest of the season if the Dolphins lose this game?
11-7. We'll get a wild card.
So you're winning out this. What if it's bad? What if it's like a really bad blowout? It's still 11-7 no matter what happens in this game.
10-7.
Well, I mean,
that's why it would have to be 10-7, not 11-7.
This game, it's going to be hard to let it be a gauge because this weather is really going to be a bad factor for us. Now, if we lose it really bad, we'll be home in Miami versus Green Bay. We'll get that victory. The New England game, we should get the victory, but if we get a crazy weather situation, I would be worried about it. In the last game at home versus the Jets, we blowing them bums out.
I love that confidence.
So we should be good.
Hey, TD, all I'm going to say is I hope that both of us have a chance to make the playoffs with that game. We're both not out of it.
You're on the road to South Florida in our conditions in January, bro.
Mike White's homecoming, baby. He's coming.
Yeah, he might well stay there. He might well stay.
Mike White's homecoming.
Listen,
so 10 wins gets you. 10 wins is going to. Can we all agree? I think 10 wins will get you into the playoffs.
No, I don't think 10 wins get you.
Not if the Jets have 10 wins. They got the tiebreaker over them after we beat them week 18.
10 wins won't get the Dolphins in. We need 11. 10 wins can get the Jets in if we tie.
So you can only afford to lose one more game.
In theory, we can afford to lose 2, but we would need a lot of things to happen in our favor. But if we lose 1, we're fine. Out of these 4 games, we only lose 1, we're fine. You lose 2, now you're hoping they lose, and then we're fine. But that's once again in that playing that hope game, and that's not where you want to be.
Patriots are in the exact same position as everybody, like in that wild card race, is the fact that this is the Raiders game. You have to win that game. Like if you lose that game, because bro, like you got the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Bills. The only hope that the Patriots have, they obviously have to beat the Raiders. But let's say they beat the Raiders. I think we can compete with the Bengals. I think we can compete with the Dolphins. And I'm hoping we obviously can't compete with the Bills, but I'm hoping that the Bills will have clinched. So Dan, you can rest Josh Allen and just let us in the playoffs, bro. Listen, I know we ain't no threat to nobody. We ain't here to ruin anybody's Super Bowl dreams. We ain't here to ruin anybody's Super Bowl aspirations outside of Miami. Just let us in. We're no threat to nobody. Just let me in the playoff. That's all I want.
Come on, don't you want the Jets to finally get out of that 12-year drought? Come on, baby.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to join us, you can. If it came up to between the Jets and the Dolphins making the playoffs, I'm picking Richie all day long. You can come in the playoffs. We can both dance as long as the Dolphins don't make it. That's all I care about.
The Chargers.
Yeah, Tyson. The Bengals are the ones that could possibly end y'all season, but y'all got to take it 1 week at a time. But the Bengals are the ones. If y'all get that victory, a lot of people will get nervous.
Yeah, I agree with you, TD. I listen. I 100% agree with you. I really don't think the Bengals are as good as people are starting to hype them up again, like last season. I'm just not seeing it yet. Is Jamar Chase? Is he back yet? I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. He's back. But that's what I'm saying. If the Dolphins did lose this weekend, and the Jets win, and y'all win, and next week y'all beat the Bengals, man, things got tough for everybody. Everybody nerve-wracked.
It's like I said, it's going to, then our game, TD, is going to be the season. Our game's going to be the season.
Well, not necessarily.
I guarantee you, we're going to get to that game, TD, and everything's going to be on the line for both teams. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but we still got a chance to be in it, even if we lose. But we'll be tied. And then it's going to depend on the Jets because they're the ones who lost to y'all twice, but then we beat them twice, and then it's just going to be a mess. And I hate right now that we're having this conversation and Dan think he's just safe. You might as well get in it too because y'all going to lose, and you're going to lose another one, and y'all going to be scrambling too.
Man, I just remember the days, man.
Oh my gosh, boy, I hate Buffalo. Oh, I
just say this. It's a perfect segue. Rich off game said, "Someone tell Dan to get into the combo. It's way too quiet."
It's exciting. Dan, I know you had to go through this a couple years where you're looking at playoff scenarios.
My whole life,
rooting against teams to get in.
Yeah.
As a Patriots fan, I never had to go through that, but this is kind of exciting to me. I kind of look at.
I'm usually on a tankathon looking at the mock drafts right now, guys. That's where I'm usually at.
Dan get under my skin because he be cocky calm, and I hate that crap. But that's all right. Y'all gonna get slapped in the face soon enough. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It would be nice if all of us can get in the playoffs, though. That would be something crazy.
Unfortunately,
if all of us can get in,
the Ravens and the Bengals are not going to let that happen.
I just don't see how that's going to happen now because the schedules don't.
I just can't believe that the Ravens can't lose without Lamar.
No.
It's so annoying because that's their only hope there. If they were free falling,
the team that throws a wrench in everybody is actually the Chargers that they went out.
Yeah, and their schedule's so freaking easy. Like they have to
they
Titans,
throw a wrench into everybody because they beat us too. They're the ones that
they got the tiebreaker over the Jets because of that. They have the better conference record. So
yeah, they have a what's it called too, and they have all their playmakers back too, and
they throw.
But we've seen the Chargers choke.
Yeah, but
Their
late in
schedule's
game.
so
They
easy.
lost to the Texans last year, bro. That screwed them. Remember that they lost to the Texans last year. That screwed them out of a playoff spot. So the Chargers are no lock whatsoever against.
I know,
any team.
but they can screw a lot of people right now if they keep winning.
Yeah, it's freaking me out, man.
Because they also mess up all the tiebreakers that we think we have.
Damn, man.
Like I said, man, all I want.
The 4-team tiebreaker, in which the Dolphins have a tiebreaker over the Patriots, but the Jets have a tiebreaker over the Dolphins, but the Patriots have a tiebreaker over the Jets, but the Chargers have a tiebreaker over the Dolphins. And if that happens, the Dolphins are out of the playoffs. So that's why it's so messed up, because everybody comes down to conference games, similar opponents. It's crazy.
I've already done the math, bro. It comes down to conference record, and that loss really hurts the Dolphins bad against the Chargers. It hurts more than people know, because we also lost to the Bengals. And those are non-division games, but we lost them out, and that's where it hurts the Dolphins. We lost to the Chargers and the Bengals, and those are other AFC teams.
So I guess we're going to get to the Patreon members.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, if you want to join in the Patreon, now's the time, baby. Click on the Patreon link. We're going to join in everybody, but I just want to show this real quick before we get into that. I just did a really quick playoff simulator so you guys can see what it would look like if this happens. Wait, where is it? Hold on one second. All right. Sorry, technical difficulties.
If it has us out, good.
Here it is. All right, so this scenario I just came up with.
I love this thing.
A Jets win, a Patriots win, a Chargers loss, and a Bills win. It brings the Jets back into playoffs. It moves the Patriots up to the 6th seed. So
I don't see the Dolphins on there. Where they at?
This is 1 week. You got to keep going week by week. You got to feel the whole thing out.
All right. Well, I'm just focused on taking care of business.
Yeah, we're taking it week by week. We just a squirrel trying to get a nut. That's all we are. We just a squirrel trying to catch a nut.
Malachi says Sean McDermott hates Bill too much to do that. Even if they clinch, he will risk his starters just to spite Bill. I hope so. Let's make playoffs. Patriots going 1-3. Scotty says.
Whatever. Another Jets fan talking that shit again.
Chris with a $20 super chat without any take. Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate that very much.
And so you must really want this Dolphins hat.
Yeah, Chris, if you're a Dolphins fan, that hat's yours. You won the prize of the most super chat. Dolphins will lose at least the next 2 of 4. Facts. All right. Well, we got some facts coming. All right. Well, we have a lot of Patreon members waiting. So again, guys, if you want to join in on the Patreon, that link is down below in the description. And we're going to try to limit this to like a minute or 2 minutes per person.
Please, 1
so
minute.
we can get to everybody. So please, yeah. With that being said, let's start it off.
To ask a question.
What's up, baby? How you guys doing?
What
1 minute. 1 minute, bro.
All right. So, sorry, TD, but the Bills are smoking them Dolphins this week. 24-14 in Buffalo. It's not happening. Your meltdown is right on time as it has been the last 2 years. Welcome to it. As I said before, the Bills have their little, teetering in the middle of the season, and then they pick it up at the end. But there is a scenario where all 4 of us could make the playoffs. So that would be interesting to see all 4 of us. We'd be the first division to do that, so that would be cool. But honestly, to hell with the Dolphins. And that's where I stand on that. The Patriots, they have a game that they could win this week. Both the Jets and the Patriots have winnable games. Dolphins don't. Sorry. But that would put all the teams in the division behind Buffalo at the same record. And again, you guys would be looking at the Chargers. And like Master said, they tend to choke too at the end of the season. This is what they do. I mean, last year they could have just tied and made it, but they had to be funny and screw themselves over. And that's just
history repeats itself for my sake of things.
I think the
Did
Jets
you just say we choked down the stretch? Is that what you just said, bro?
The Chargers choked down the stretch. You said the Chargers choked on the stretch like they did last year with the Raiders. when they could have just took the tie, but they tried to get cute in that overtime. And then the Raiders kicked it right down their throat and called it a day. I think that the division, again, as a whole could make it, but there's a lot of factors involved there, like the Bengals and the Ravens. That division's still up in the air, up for grabs. If the Bills win this week, we're in the playoffs. That's it. We're in. We might not win the division, but we still should because we should beat the Bears.
The division is a wrap if y'all win. This is called
basically but still that's a playoff berth if we win. So we're gonna win. We're gonna be in. And that's gonna be it.
Happens, baby. And so you going up for the game or no?
No. Hell no.
You should.
I would, but I work Saturday, so I can't be here and there.
I got you. I got you, man.
Are you gonna be up there?
Oh yeah, man. I'm flying out tomorrow morning.
You bastard.
I know, right? I'm pumped.
Hey man, good luck. Enjoy the cold. Have a beer for me.
Sure will.
I know that might put you over the top and puking, but you gotta do one for me.
Got to.
All right, man. We appreciate the call, brother.
Be good.
Love you, bro.
Take care.
We'll see you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
See ya. Rich
Off Game says, I enjoy playing a good Jets team. Hey, man. Respect. I don't know what fan you are, but respect. We got Troy back.
Hey! What's up, everybody? How's it going?
What up,
Predictions, 2 weeks in a row, 100% right.
So
with the Jets, Miami.
Saturday.
All right. Miami, 10 points, easy win. We are just going to beat you. Tua's going to be running with his tail between his legs, and we are going to smash the shit out of you fish. Not just beat you, we're going to make you look bad.
I love Troy.
Tua might be on the sideline half the game I'm seeing, too.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope he's okay. I don't know how he's going to end up there. Maybe just scared. But he's going to be on the bench like Mike White. Same thing.
At least he came back.
Yep. And, the Jets.
He's got balls.
I see you losing this game, Richie. The Lions, you better not sleep on them. They're got a good offense, and their defense is picking up. Man, we barely beat them. I see you losing to them. I do. Barely, though. No, a close one. And I see a really close one in New England, too. I don't see a blowout like you had last week, Tyson. I think it's going to be a little bit closer.
I don't care what the score is.
I think you should win. I think you should win against the Raiders, but I think it's really close. But I really see the Jets losing, and I know Miami's going to get their butts whipped. Not just beat, but beat bad, TD.
Well, Troy, I know you're 100% right the past 2 weeks. That's going to end this week.
No.
You might be right on 2 of the 3, but you're going to be wrong about the Jets.
Well, no, like I said, it's going to be a close one.
No, of course.
I said it's going to be close. It's going to be a close one, but it's going to be not an easy win for you. You don't have an offense that's going to keep up with their offense, but you have a defense that might keep them down to your offense. That's what you got to hope for.
Exactly.
And so Troy's 2 for 2 for predictions. So,
which is why I'm like, come on, Troy, we can't keep that streak going.
Dude, you got to actually, Troy, hit me up with your picks, and I'm just gonna follow your entire money line.
And don't worry about the spread because we are gonna cover the spread on Miami, no problem.
I love it.
No problem.
I'm taking Bills minus.
All right,
8.
Troy, we appreciate the call, man. Your energy.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. All right, have a good one.
He represents the Bills very well, Dan.
Oh my God, he does, man. He's like the epitome of Bills Mafia. I love it.
Terrible.
Love it.
We got Jets Unleashed.
What up? What up? How you guys doing today?
What up, man?
Oh, look at this. But I'm in the basement. So,
For 1 week. Who knows? Maybe this week would change. So to the Bills fan, Dan, man, kudos, man, GG. You guys won it, man. We shot ourselves in the foot. We were undisciplined. That 4th and 1 killed us. So I'm still upset at Mosley. But you know what? Good game. You guys with the battle team did that Sunday. But TD, though, I want to say something real quick. The Dolphins wasn't the team that the Patriots had to worry about. The team that they had to worry about was the Giants. They stopped them from going 17-0 in the Super Bowl. and stop them from doing your record. Not only that, they beat them a second time in the Super Bowl as well.
Is that what we're gonna do, bro? We're gonna bring up old ass Super Bowls from 2007?
No. The master, this isn't against you. No, but TD said like, oh, the Dolphins was one of the biggest teams to go against the Patriots of that dynasty. And so anyway, Mass, I'm expecting you guys to win, but this might be your last one. Who knows? But I see Jets winning this week. So anyway, I got 4 seconds. That's awesome. But you gotta watch out for the Raiders though. You don't know what the Raiders are gonna be. It's a coin toss. They could be they could have a game just like the Seahawks where the running game came out of nowhere and do great, or they could have a game like the Rams where they just lay an egg. You have no idea, and so that team, it's a random. So it's gonna be hard to see what they are. But I'm expecting Patriots to win, Bills to win, and Jets to win. So I'll take it here. Good, GG. Good luck, everyone. Shut up.
Thank you, Jets Unleashed. Appreciate the call, my man.
Jets Unleashed. She's the man. I love that guy.
I know, man. He comes on win or lose every week. Love it. Appreciate you, buddy. Hopefully, see you on Victory Monday on my channel on Monday when we're celebrating. We got another Jets fan that represents every week, win or lose.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Could be better for coming off the win.
To the Bills, GG. You guys played a really great game. You guys totally obliterated our quarterback. So fair dues. I want to put all my thing on TD and the Dolphins. I just want to say that you guys need to look yourselves in the mirror. Because I think mainly of the quarterback stuff, it's all because of your team. It's all because of you guys. It's all because of you. Even Dan Marino, bro. How could you have a talent like Dan Marino and only go to one Super Bowl? Because it's your guys' team. It's your guys' fault. So I understand Tua is not good. Tua doesn't have an arm. But also, I wouldn't be surprised that he goes on another team, torches the NFL, and you got it sitting there being
Time up, Lasso. Time up.
Okay.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate that. TD, the floor is yours to rebuttal.
I love this.
Why do y'all waste all y'all energy on the team that's actually going to still win the division and win the Super Bowl? At the end of the day, y'all can continue to pile on us when we're down, but we're going to make the playoffs, and all y'all know that. And once we're in the playoffs, it's Super Bowl time. That's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters because the Jets nor the Patriots will beat us, and that's a fact.
But the Bills, you didn't say the Bills, so that means you're losing Saturday.
Listen, we're going to beat the Bills, but we don't have to. We don't have to get in.
Evan says, for the $5, I'll be at the Jets game, hoping they win. I think it will actually be a close one. Miami will lose by a really bad amount. TD will be crying on stream. Well, yeah. Evan, let's go Jets and represent the Jets well at MetLife, man. We appreciate that. All right. Bills by $1 million. Is this what I think it is?
What up, boys?
He changes his name every week. What's up?
Not much. Just want to say, Richie, I think Mike White earned his spot to at least have a full year next year to compete for that job. Because the beating he took when Miami plays Buffalo this Saturday, if Tua gets hit like that, it's over. I got that game 24-0. Miami ain't doing shit. His noodle arm can't throw in that win. And you know it, TD.
No.
You know it.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Milano gonna get kicked out.
Enjoy your collapse and not making the playoffs for a 23rd year in a row.
Why are you having conversations about Tua getting hurt, man? What if Josh Allen break his ribs and get hurt? Y'all ain't winning the Super Bowl once again.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't even
and
got
you ain't making the playoffs. You ain't making the playoffs again.
Everybody knows we're going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
No, you're not.
You're gonna choke like you do every year. Every year you choke. You know it.
The
happens
only
every
way we
year.
don't make the playoffs is if we lose to the Jets or the Patriots, and that ain't
And
happening.
I have you losing all of them.
Yeah, y'all haters.
No, actually, I don't hate the Miami Dolphins. I hate the Miami Dolphin fans because you act like you're just going to be gifted a playoff spot and win the Super Bowl. It's not happening. You're delusional.
We're going to take it.
You ain't taking nothing, bro.
You're
You coming into
delusional.
daddy's home. Josh Allen owns you.
Oh my gosh, Josh Allen
He
ain't
owns
win.
you.
Josh Allen ain't never win nothing in his life.
He's won more than Miami in the
Well,
last 20-some years.
Where's the Super Bowl?
Coming this year.
Yeah, that's what y'all always say. Said it last year.
Uh-huh. What has Miami done since 1972? Go ahead, I'll wait.
More than Buffalo. At least that year we got a Super Bowl.
Well, they won in 1973 as the Dolphins historian that I am.
73.
Thank you.
I'm 72 to 73. My mistake.
Next time,
get
come
nothing
back and
past
get
me.
your years right.
Can't get nothing past me. I know everything about the Dolphins.
Well, King Allen, Bills by $1 billion. All the other names that you create, we appreciate your weekly call, man, and good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you, Richie.
Have a
Dan,
good
I'll
one,
be at
buddy.
the game. I'm gonna be looking for you.
Hit me up, man. I'll be at Danny South.
Definitely gotta have a beer.
Yeah, man. Let me know. I'd love to meet you.
Awesome. Dan, you
If
better
I won't
be
be wearing
out
this,
there
I promise.
representing AFC East Roundtable.
Love that.
Or up there, rather. Ismael says Milano is smashing Tua too. Just wait and see. This ain't smack talk. It's just how it goes. TED Talk over. Yeah, I would appreciate if Milano didn't do that to Mike White, man. Like, that hurt. That hurt
Mike
me.
White's a tough son of a bitch, though, bro. If that was Mac Jones that got hit like that, he would. He ain't getting up. If that was Zach Wilson, he sure as hell ain't getting up. Mike White's tough.
Got
Man.
the balls, dude.
He does.
He does.
Would
He got
be
the
done.
balls.
If you like freeze the frame on that hit, like his body is literally like this, and you see him like trying to catch his breath. I don't know how he did that, bro.
Man,
but how about Tony
his
Romo's
soul left
call?
his
Like
body.
Daniel LaRussa. What a
Tua
great
will
call.
be done, man. He
Thomas,
gang signs again.
First Dolphins fan of the call-in segment.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Oh well, look who it is. I'm gonna give you more than a minute.
Master,
You get
I
special
love you.
privileges up
I'm
in
gonna
here.
get to you in a
Offense
second,
gets
man. I'm
special
gonna get to you in a
privileges
second.
this
I
week.
will get to you in a second. Dan, you look beautiful. This is the first time I ever looked at you and said, "Man, that's a good-looking man right there." That, damn, good looking good. Richie, look, I'm actually rooting for you because, look, me and you have both been there. Me and you have been struggling for the last few years. So I'm rooting for you. I want you in the playoff with us. I want you to knock out Buffalo, keep the Patriots out of it. Me, you, we'll go to the playoffs. We'll see each other in the AFC Championship game, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell us about, because you are the profound Tua near up in here. Tell us how lovely Tua played last week. And what did I tell you last week? Didn't I tell you that your late season collapse is starting? It started against the Niners. I'm waiting to be wrong. When am I going to be wrong about your franchise, Thomas? When is it going to start?
Well, it's going to start this week.
Okay.
That's when it's going to start. But I will give you this to make you feel a little bit better about yourself.
You
Tua
should feel more
played
better about
like
yourself.
shit. Does that make you feel better? Tua played like shit. Our coach coached like shit for the first time that I've ever seen. What the hell are you doing sending everybody into the end zone with 17 yards between the line of scrimmage? That was a shit play. Give you that. We played like shit last week. There's no excuse. I'm not making an excuse. TD knows it. He's looking at me like, yeah, we played like shit. But that ain't going to happen again. We're going to learn from this. We're going to take it. And we're going to win.
Didn't you get on here last week and said you were going to learn from the Niners game and bounce back against the Chargers, and Tua was going to prove that he's better than Herbert? Bro, where was this last week? How can I believe you? Right? You want everybody to believe you, but how can I believe you when you lied to me last week? You lied to me, bro. I don't like being lied to.
Look, we're all allowed to be wrong once in a while. I mean, you were wrong about your coach
all the time.
You were wrong about your coach.
When has a Dolphins fan ever been right? That's what I want to know. When in the last 20 years, since the turn of the new millennium, when has a Dolphins fan ever been right about their team?
Here you go.
Am I right?
When have you been right about your coach? Your coach.
My coach is a 6-time Super Bowl champion. I don't care if he wins another game.
No. Tom Brady is a 6-time Super Bowl champion. Your coach is garbage.
So that means we're taking away. No.
Without him, he is garbage.
From the 49ers, it's all Joe Montana. The Dolphins have no rings. It's all Bob Greasy.
Accept this. Just accept the fact that your coach is garbage without
Accept the
Tom
fact
Brady.
that you'll never win a playoff game as long as you live. Accept that.
Well, we won the year that I was born, so we'll take that.
I guess so. I mean, shit. What is that?
Shut the hell up. I'm just giving him. He loves to talk, and I'm just giving him. I'm feeding him because I find it entertaining.
I want you to answer my question. When has a Dolphin fan ever told the truth in the past 20 years about their own football team?
I tell the truth every week. Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, well, okay.
You go, TD. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta have
Thomas,
faith.
you're a legendary caller, man. You feed the entertainment.
I got one more question for him. If the Dolphins do implode, like I predict they will, if they don't make the playoffs, or don't even win a playoff game, is it fair to say we should never, ever hear another Dolphins fan talk about the sport of the NFL and football ever again after this season?
No. That's the whole point. Is talking shit. We always gonna get better, baby. Look at the
How
Jets.
are you always getting better when you're stagnant? Your franchise has been stagnant. You've stayed in place. You haven't moved an inch.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I know why you like to hate on the Dolphins, and not because you got raped at one time in point in your life.
We don't use that word on here.
You realize that you're going to be the Dolphins for the next 100 years.
So
that's where you're going to be.
Well, I'm going to be dead in less than that, so I don't really care what happens in 100 years. I'm not going to be alive.
You ain't going to win another playoff game with that trash coach.
What I do know, before you leave, what I do know is the time that I have spent here on this planet is I've witnessed the greatest dynasty in 6 Super Bowls, whereas your Dolphins fans' time on this planet Earth has witnessed nothing but failure, disappointment, year after year after year. So when we both eventually die and we pass on to wherever deity we worship, we will both know who the best franchise was during the time we were alive, and it sure as hell wasn't the Miami Dolphins, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, it was.
Sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Right. What have you won? 0 playoff wins in 23 seasons. You are the Detroit Lions of the AFC. If this was the English Premier League, you'd be in the 4th division.
Well, like in 50 years, you're going to be like, why are we bringing up old shit?
Well, 50 years from now, we'll all be dead.
All right, Thomas.
So it doesn't matter.
Hey, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Overtime because
you
Tyson loves
to
go
to
after you. Thomas, we appreciate you. You're great at feeding the entertainment, my man. Good luck.
Hey, I love pulling his strings. It's so
you're pulling the strings. Have you seen the videos I posted on this channel? Who's pulling whose strings?
That was a great
bum.
Ismail with another $2. Why do these Jets fans not have a New York accent? I guess
because they in Jersey.
No, we're not from Jersey. Okay,
I like saying that.
Some of them are. This dude is so delusional. King Dolphin is
Who is he talking to?
I'm not
sure. Who is King Dolphin talking to? Who is delusional?
That was submitted at 9:45. It's now 9:54. So
okay, who knows who the hell he was talking? I know he wasn't talking to me.
Hold on, guys. We're gonna get to the super chats and then the next caller. Don't care to see the Jets in the playoffs. They are not the one team that beat us this year. We escaped being swept. The Jets are coming along well. Thank you, man. Well, I do hope I see you in the playoffs. You want to know why? Because that means the Jets are just simply in the playoffs. I don't care who we verse. Just get me in there, please. Mike White is tough. Tua is soft. We'll see if Tua can take a hit from Milano in the cold. Dolphins fans equals Cowboys fans in January, empty-handed. Interesting.
I can't argue that.
They call them the December Dolphins for a reason. They're the December Dolphins.
If the Bills don't win a Super Bowl this year, they'll never win one at all. This is a Super Bowl kind of season, Dan. Definitely is.
Super Bowl window right here, baby.
Robert says, Dan just soaked that hat in lighter fluid and just let it burn. $20 Robert sent in to say
what
this.
I'm doing.
And then the final donation. Oh, wait, there's one more. Robert, thank you for the $20, my friend. Really do appreciate that. Without Brady, Bill has 2 Super Bowls. Bozo is coming after you.
That's right. He did orchestrate the 2 best defenses in NFL history with the Giants. One of which, beat the Bills in their first ever Super Bowl. So yeah.
And then shout out my guy Mutt Viles, who is a New York Jets fan. Hasn't been on the channel in a while. He used to come on here early on. I don't know if you guys remember him. He says, "Sup Roundtable. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. If the Patriots make the playoffs, they are one and done. Bills lose to Kansas City again. Dolphins aren't making the postseason. Jets are at least going to win a playoff game. I'll be in MetLife. Let's effing go." Well, Mutt Viles, we appreciate the $50 donation, my friend.
Appreciate the money, bro, even though it's delusional.
Hey, send in all the delusional takes, man. We appreciate it.
We'll take all the delusional takes up in here.
Hey, are you not a Patreon member anymore? Because I need you to hop on, man. We miss you. All right, guys. So we have, I think, 3 more callers to get through. We appreciate everybody waiting patiently behind stage. And guys, if you're not already, hit that thumbs up, man.
Hit it.
Parks is back.
Okay, here we go. Y'all hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, Parks.
Okay, this won't take long. Jets, you're not doing anything, bro. You have Mike Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry. He's tough, but you're not going to win games because of him. And you don't have a running game. That's what you need at this time of the year, a defense and a running game. Your quarterback, he's all right, but he's not going to do anything, man. Now, TD. Hey, TD, how you doing, TD? Hey, I'm going to tell y'all this right here, and I'm finna go. Master at Work, loved your video that you did on the Dolphins fans, but you left a part out what TD said. Don't listen to what TD is saying right now, talking about they're going to beat the Bills and go to the Super Bowl. In that post game that TD did, he said, and I quote,
"Why you watching me? Why you watching me?"
They flexed the Dolphins to prime time just to get embarrassed. And they did it again next week against the Bills. The world is about to see the Dolphins implosion. TD, stop lying to these people. I told you stop lying. Stop lying to these people. Stop lying. You know the Dolphins are about to get beat by the Bills, man. You're not sweeping the Bills. I'm sorry, TD. Just face the facts. The Dolphins, you might not make the playoff. You're staring. TD,
y'all just mad y'all did. Y'all just mad y'all did.
A 3-game losing streak.
Park, stop lying to these people, man. Y'all just mad.
Come on,
y'all
TD.
just mad. You mad because y'all didn't. That's all it is, man.
We didn't what?
Y'all didn't sweep them.
TD, you made all these moves. Just like Master Work said, you made all these moves and you 1 game better than us. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy, man.
Yeah, you get out of here. I'll see you next week.
I love stop lying to these people. I love it.
I know, right?
I love it.
What Jimmy Caskets? I ain't heard him yet.
Where's Jimmy Caskets?
Yeah, Jimmy. I don't see him backstage.
Jimmy?
We got
Oh,
the last 2 ones are Dolphins fans. Jimmy, are you watching?
Bring
Jimmy,
him
I
on.
miss you.
Bring
Jimmy,
them
are
Dolphins
you watching?
fans
Because
on.
if you're watching, we need you in here. Mo Skrilla.
Oh, I know who this is.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
What up,
Hey, salute to you, man. I like that preseason video, man. You know football, man. They just don't know, man. I came on tonight, man, to be nice, man, but I just can't stand y'all Buffalo Bills fans, man. God, I can't stand y'all. I just can't wait to Saturday night, man. Yeah, they flexed it. Saturday night, prime time, snowy game. We ready. Y'all like Dolphin players don't play in the snow. A lot of our players from the snow. So we coming to show out in the snow, do the snow angel, and dance all over them Bills fans. And Master, man, come on, man. When you going?
The penguin about to go off. He used to it.
Let him talk. I want him to. Well, what you got to say to me, Mo?
The penguin water, he always in the cold, so he gonna be going side to side on them niggas, man. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But Master, man, I just can't. You just can't stop, man.
Why should I stop now? The fun's just beginning.
Yeah, and I said Tua was average last week. We just hit San Fran. He was garbage against the Chargers. We know he was garbage, but everybody got a garbage game in him, and that was his garbage power game. His garbage game right there. So we ready. He gonna show up. He gonna be ready to play, man. And salute you, Richie, man. Jets gonna be all right.
Hopefully, man. I'll
appreciate it.
I can't stand them bums either.
And so I hope I'm your favorite Bills fan at least.
Fans up.
Appreciate you, Mo.
And so he's just about to say, yeah, I am. It's good.
All right. Well, Mo definitely said you're his favorite. That's
my
that's
guy,
awesome.
man. He know what time it
Got
is.
one more in the chat, one more in the back.
Yep, one more in the back. Mutfields with another $10. I still am, to be quick, after the last time I came on, my girl and I broke up after a 9-year relationship. So just been going through it all. You know, I've been watching y'all. Love y'all. Still a Patreon member. Well, sorry to hear that, my man. Hope all is well with you at home, my man. Definitely sending my condolences over to you. That's definitely a tough, bro. Hopefully the Jets can make it up for you on Sunday. Get that
There's
big time
more.
dub,
Listen, bro. There's more fish in the sea, bro. You just gotta learn how to swim.
Hell yeah. Love that.
So, but not like the Dolphins or you'll drown.
Bernie says the Jets and Dolphins will play the last game for the last playoff spot. You heard it here first. Love the content, guys. Keep it up. Go Jets. Bernie, this is all I want. I said it earlier, TD. Give me that game where the Jets can win and they go all in.
Y'all just want to have hope to lose. Just stop, bro.
I just want to be able to, the simple thing is I don't want to be eliminated before that. That's
well, first and foremost, y'all need to take care of business to even get to that week and have that opportunity.
And that's the point. That's why we want to be that way. So we do take care of business. Kevin.
What's up, guys? TD, Richie, what's going on? Master, Dan, what's up?
What's up?
What's good, brother?
Up, man?
Hey, man, I want to say, man, you finally converted, Dan, man. I'm proud of you, man.
No, man, this is a bet. This is a bet, man.
Ain't no bet. It was already in his closet, y'all.
No, I know why Master upset. He's just upset that Snowflake, man, when the kid made that field goal instead of Finkel, man. That's why he's upset.
Listen, if I was a Dolphins fan, why would I root on your? Why would I be so happy at y'all's downfall and demise year after year? Like, that doesn't make any sense for me to be a Dolphin fan. I would be rooting for you, not against you every week.
Yeah, no, I got you. But I wanted to say, man, just one thing. I think that we're going to take the Bills on Saturday. We're going to shock a lot of people. That's my opinion on that. I mean, it's going to be a close game. Like y'all said, it's going to be close. But we're going to pull it out. So that's what I think.
I hope so.
It's definitely possible. Well, Kevin, good luck on Saturday, bro.
No, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good holiday, man. I'll see y'all again, man. Appreciate y'all.
Salute to you, homie.
Of course, Kevin, we appreciate you. And we actually have one more, and the guy that's coming in is a noob he's never seen before. So he's got to get on here. We got Tiger. What's good, man?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Kansas City Chiefs, is that true?
Yes, sir.
You Chiefs guy?
You represent the man, you're a homosexual. You're a homosexual. Oh, not a homosexual.
I just wanted to come on because we Dolphins fans and Chiefs fans got something in common against the Bills.
Oh, I take it. I
had to come in and support. Before the game. I hope y'all pull through. I don't know if y'all can sweep them. Beat them twice, but I'm hoping y'all can. I hope y'all pull through. Every game, if you look in the stands, you always see a Chiefs fan with a Mahomes jersey.
Wow.
Every Bills game, you always see a Chiefs fan somewhere. So, we always support. So, we're going to support y'all.
So you're an actual Chiefs fan? You're a real Chiefs fan?
Yes, I'm a real Chiefs fan.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
How does it feel that no matter what Mahomes accomplishes in his career, no matter how many Super Bowls he wins or MVPs, he'll never pass the real GOAT Tom Brady?
I know you was going to say
because he killed him in that Super Bowl.
You could have just said, bro. You could have just sped it up a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, Pat, he's gonna be great. He's great, man. I don't expect him to be better than get 7 Super Bowls. I expect him to get 3 though, at least 3.
Okay.
Especially with that 10-year deal you get. He better get 3 at least.
As long as they're against the Bills, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So you want that number 1 seed?
Don't get it twisted. If we see Miami in the playoffs, this is raps.
So you're wanting that number 1 seed, aren't you, Tiger?
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
I see why it came on.
I knew you saw Tyreek talking that trash.
Bro, you jealous. Y'all know y'all like me. Oh, well, man, we miss Tyreek, but we'll never say it.
I think Tyreek miss us more than we miss him.
Nah, who? Why his numbers better under Tua?
I mean,
under Tua.
I mean, yeah, but he was talking a little like he reminiscing a little bit,
Nah, his numbers actually ain't better. The overall numbers are, but it's more attempts. He has less yards per catch. He got less yards per catch with Tua, actually.
Yeah.
So it's
He's
hard.
doing great, man. He should be
he's doing everything.
Candidate this year. He's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing everything, man. But you listen, man, just don't let Buffalo beat y'all again, all right?
You know, playoffs, baby. We always come through. You know.
Nah, you really don't.
You
You really don't always come through.
Unless it's the Bengals, we come through. Okay.
Or the Patriots.
Or the Patriots.
Or Brady.
Yep.
Or Brady with the Bucks.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true. I still remember that.
If we got an old line, we'll be straight.
Do you?
Yes, we got an old line. I hope so, because against them that Bengals game,
bro, you ain't no Chiefs fan, man. That hat don't even fit. You keep on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't believe you're a Chiefs fan.
Why you think
I don't believe it, bro.
He came on saying us and the Chiefs and the Dolphins, you know, so he might be a Dolphin fan, man.
Yeah, he's an undercover Dolphins fan.
That's
Just a shame to say it.
He ashamed of our two losses.
I'll be ashamed
I'm telling you, I ain't a Dolphins fan.
Tyreek came to Miami. He been rooting for the Dolphins ever since.
I'm telling you right now, ain't no way I'm a Dolphins fan.
Hey, but we'll accept you, bro. We'll accept you.
No, I'm good, man. I'm straight.
There's a chance if you're the 2 seed, you finish the 2 seed. There's a chance you can see either the Patriots or the Jets in that wild card spot. So
yeah, it's a chance.
Nothing
I'm hoping we don't see the Bills and Bengals in the playoffs at the same time, man. Because
you
better worry about the GOAT too. He better than Mahomes.
That's right. Listen, I love this guy.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you hopping on, man. We need
guys.
more. We need more non-AFC fans come on here. It feels good to have.
Happy holidays to y'all too, man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank
Happy
you, man.
holidays, my man.
Absolutely.
I'll see you in Wild Card Weekend. Let's go. We up there in Kansas City.
Okay.
Up there.
Do we have any more? Do we have any more super chats?
Super chats. I think we are all up. No, this is the last one, Bernie. So yeah, we're all set.
Okay, well, guys, that was the AFC's roundtable. Like I said, we all appreciate you. Make sure you like the video, our live streams. Follow us on Twitter. Discord link is pinned in the live chat. Like I said, man, we're gonna be here the rest of the season, and it's gonna be a crazy stretch run. A lot of us really don't know what the hell's gonna happen. And remember, we still got January for the playoffs, so we don't even know like how far this thing can really go with any of the teams in this division. So, like I said, man, like I said, Dan, Richie, if you guys want to go ahead and say something, and TD before we end it.
Yeah, most definitely. Once again, so inaugural season on our own channel has been absolutely crazy. I love the support from everybody. Everybody literally tuning in each and every single week and supporting their favorite content creators. I am gonna say this, like I always say it, like these three guys right here, like they put in great effort, like on their individual channels. So make sure, like, regardless if you're a Jets fan or a Bills fan, whatever, make sure that you subscribe to all three of these dudes right here. Like, they do a great job on their individual channels, and just show them some love. It's a really good way of understanding the enemy. So definitely good. As far as myself, I am going up to Buffalo tomorrow. My flight is at 8 a.m. and I should be there at around noon.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm just going to be ready, baby. I'm going to be ready to be tailgating and watching the Bills embarrass the Dolphins on primetime television in person. And I can't wait. See you next week.
TD?
Listen, y'all. Y'all can find me over at TD Fins Talk. I'm about to hit 24K subs, so we need like 40 more. So if you're not subscribed over there, go help us get to 24K. Listen, man. At the end of the day, I'm a diehard Dolphin fan. I love my team, so I'm gonna always root for us in a positive way to do well. But whenever I'm on my channel, I keep it, give a honest analysis of what I think. But I'm always still be a fan. The AFC's roundtable allows me to be the fan that I am, and that's why I love this, man. And I love these fellas that rock with me, Tyson, Dan, and Richie. I appreciate you fellas. I can't stand y'all of your team though. I'm just keeping it a buck. All of them are bums, and y'all know they trash. Y'all need to stop lying to them people. In the words of Parks. But man, we coming up on a holiday season, y'all, and I just want to say, man, no matter how much we go back and forth, and this is for the people in the chat, it's all love at the end of the day. And make sure that, when you get an opportunity, show your family all the love that you can, man, because this world is crazy. This is one of the first holiday seasons where inflation and things like that is hit really hard. So, it's a lot of people out there that's not going to have the holidays that they're used to. Keep that in mind. If you're able to do more for others, always do so if you want. It's your life, but just think about that. All right. If you have the capacity to help others, all it takes is one person, and you could be blessed. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Happy holidays. I can't wait for the show next week, closer to Christmas. And Dolphin fans, we already getting our gift. We already know we're going to the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl. So just be happy now. All right. But that's my take. Come on over and sub on the channel so we can get a 24K so I can make the haters mad.
Yeah, man. Just real quick, I just hit 15K on my channel during my live stream on Sunday. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I mean, without the roundtable, I would not be at 15K. That's for damn sure. Because I got
30.
so many Dolphins, so many Bills, so many Patriots fans tuning into my show. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's following my channel, whether you're a Jets fan or not. It really does help me out a lot, man. And it's a pleasure to be on this panel every single week with you guys. Happy holidays. I'll be live on Sunday, of course, for the Jets-Lions game. And then the Jets are on primetime Thursday Night Football against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which will be next week's discussion. So always a pleasure to be on here, guys. Thank you, everybody. Hit that thumbs up button if you're not already, guys. We love you. And let's go Jets. Let's go freaking Jets.
Fins up. Josh Allen trash. Boo-boo trash, Danny. You know it. And I got all this in before we ended the stream. And that's what you get.
Be embarrassed on live